war against God, that's a bad fight. Like you're trying to throw a fist in a ball fight. Ain't no win against Yahweh, you can do it your way. But I know idols fall, you can't play. This ain't Xbox in control. Boy, you bet not. Heaven gon' fade and the earth gon' fall. But the God that I serve in control of it all. Heaven gon' fade and the earth gon' fall. But the word of my God gonna last through it all. Yeah, Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. Boy, I'm really on that. Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. You gonna pop off, drop bones, lost cars, lead them all off course. What is your goal? Wanna be a rock star, live for the montage. You don't wanna play at the cost of your soul. You don't know the love of my God. There ain't no end of my God. Couldn't even enter his toe until Christ he died. Then he had to rise. He's Yah. Sending my praise up, healing my bad heart. I was in a rough spot till I let go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Smith Robinson Stadium in Greenwood, Arkansas, where tonight it's the matchup of the two top teams in the state of Arkansas in the Class 6A, the number 1 and defending champion state of the Greenwood Bulldogs, and the number 2 team and the state runner-ups from a year ago, the Shiloh Christian Saints, as we welcome my partner in, Cliff Anderson. And Cliff, number 1 versus number 2 in the state. Not much more you can ask for on a Friday night.
Yeah, I know. And to kick off conference season, Shiloh and Greenwood have had 3 very formidable non-conference foes. We've gone through the non-conference season. Greenwood comes in, like you said, number 1 in the state in Class 6A, 3-0. Shiloh right behind them, number 2, been number 2 all season. Coming in at 2-1, but this is the start of the second season. The really every Friday night from here for the next several weeks, Billy, it's win, lose, whatever happens, it's jockeying for that place in the conference for the playoffs, and it starts right here in Greenwood tonight.
Yeah, the Bulldogs come in. We'll talk more about this in our pregame show, but Greenwood, 71 straight victories here at Smith Robinson Stadium. Their last loss came back 2014 in a playoff game to El Dorado. They've also won 29 straight overall, but they've had some cliffhangers this year. They've won a game by a point. They've won a game by 4 points against some 7A foes earlier in the season. We'll talk about that more in our pregame show. But earlier this week, we were able to catch up with the head coach of the Saints, Tucker Barnard, to preview this game. So we'll throw it now to the Tucker Barnard Show.
Welcome to the Shiloh Christian Pregame Show.
All right, everybody, welcome. This week's Coach Tucker Barnard Show. Saints finish up non-conference play with a 2-1 record as they defeat Bethany, Oklahoma, 72-0 last week. And, Coach, we kind of joked about it a little bit. Probably didn't think 72-0 was going to be the final score, but overall, a good win, good way to finish non-conference play.
Yeah, no, we certainly didn't go into that game thinking that that's how it would turn out. I mean, sometimes it just happens, right? And things, the ball starts rolling downhill, and I've been on both ends of that kind of a situation. And, sometimes you're just struggling to get anything to go right, and it just builds on you and builds and builds. I think that's kind of what happened to Bethany on Friday. We started off with a kickoff return for a touchdown and stopped them on defense and score on the first play. And, it just happens that way sometimes, like I said. So we didn't necessarily click on all cylinders. We had a lot of penalties. Found ourselves behind the chains quite a few times, and we're able to work our way out of it. A lot of great effort by a lot of players. I mean, Zane Slider in particular had an incredible game. Did it in all areas of the prop block and kickoff return for a touchdown, and had a great night receiving as well. So really proud of him. But moving on. I mean, we didn't intend for that to be the score. Like, that really wasn't what we set out to do. But I'm proud of the way the guys played.
Coach, finished non-conference play now, 2-1. Probably had more injuries than we would like, for being honest. But overall, I mean, I felt like we made a really an improvement from week 1. They played a very physical brand of football the first few weeks. What is it you feel like your team's taken out of the non-conference play?
Well, to your point, one thing about playing with a lot of young players and a lot of inexperienced players is that, if they're doing things right in practice every day, then you do see a lot of improvement, and it happens pretty quickly. Right? So I've been real proud of that. We've got a lot of guys that have stepped in. They didn't necessarily expect to be in the role that they're in, or maybe at the position that they're playing, but have stepped up and done great things. So, what was the original question? I don't even remember. I started going.
Yeah, non-conference play. Just
Yeah.
finished it on a good note.
Yeah, it was. It was, 2-1. We'd like to have found a way to beat Lincoln Christian. They're a great program and made it tough on us that night. But we're just ready to move on to district play at this point.
Well, talking about district play.
I guess it's conference play here.
Yeah,
I'm back in Arkansas. It's
Hey,
district
Mississippi,
play.
it was district play too, so it's
Hard
hard for that. But open conference play, you don't just open with anybody. You open up with the number 1 team in state. They have 71 win streak games at home. I think they're 29-30 overall in a row. Greenwood. What makes Greenwood so dominant in everything that they do?
There's so much. I mean, they first of all, they've got great coaches. Those guys are incredible men. They're high character and high integrity, and they work really, really hard. They're smart guys, and so they find ways, week in and week out, to put their kids in position to win. And that can look different from one week to the next, or from one year to the next. But those guys find a way to just continue. They do it over and over and over again, and they've got great buy-in from their team. We can see that. I mean, they execute so well in everything they do, offensively and defensively. We've talked for years that there's not a lot of things about what they do that are just so difficult to stop. I mean, you look at it and you think, well, you should be able, but they execute it at such a high level. The things that they do so well. They do them better than you can defend them, on both sides of the football. So I would have to say it's a lot about their consistency and their buying in and just doing things at a high level every single day. You don't just show up on a Friday night and put out a product like they've put out for so many years. Those guys are working year round to do that.
Yeah, great program. I think one of the unique things about this week, you have 2 very experienced quarterbacks, and you have skill guys that are very experienced. And so when we look at it, Greenwood's put a lot of points on the board here. We have 2. When you look at the Kane Archer and you look at Cole Crate and you look at those receivers, what makes both of our teams just so dynamic on the offensive side?
Well, you're mentioning with playmakers. I mean, both of these quarterbacks are incredibly accurate. Both of them, it's rare to see them make a bad decision. They both clearly learn really quickly, and what they see out of the defense, they're able to process and make great decisions quickly. Both of them have dynamic receivers and guys that can run the ball as well. So it starts with players. I mean, I mentioned Greenwood's coaches, and they obviously have great coaches, but none of us are really much of anything. We're not going to put out a bunch of wins and put in players that can go execute.
Final question, Coach. You get ready for Greenwood. Did you feel like the keys to victory to not let them put a 72nd straight win on the scoreboard at home?
Yeah, I'd like to establish a running game. I say that every single week. I just think it's so important that, and if you can do that, if you can find a way to run the ball when they know that you're going to run it, you can do it anyway. Then that's a really powerful weapon. They score 42 points every time we've got to find a way to keep that point total down. The games that they've lost over the last few years, which there haven't been very many. We've got to go back a couple of years to find one. But that those were games where they scored 35 points or less. So if I don't care who you're playing, if they go score 42, 49 points, they're going to be very hard to beat. So got to find a way to slow them down. They're so good. Back to Kane not making really any mistakes and being so accurate. They have very few drops, right? They're very, very rarely are they behind the chains. So we gotta find a way to put them off schedule a little bit at times, and for us, cut down on our own penalties and find ways to extend a drive.
Yeah.
Should be a great one. Greenwood and Shiloh, number 1 and number 2 in the state of Arkansas in Class 6A, will kick off conference play. So it's the Saints and the Greenwood Bulldogs coming up next.
This has been the Shiloh Christian Pregame Show. Roush Companies, improving quality of life, one community at a time.
We welcome you back into Smith Robinson Stadium in Greenwood, Arkansas, where the Shiloh Saints and the Bulldogs of Greenwood are about just under 10 minutes away from kickoff here, and Greenwood fans are rising as we get ready for the national anthem and pregame for this one. And so, Cliff, we come into this game a little bit talking about that. Let's talk about non-conference play for the Saints. Finished 2-1. Had a great week last week. I don't think any of us expected to win 72-0 last week, but really just a dominating performance in non-conference play.
You know, it really was, and we didn't really know exactly what we were getting into over in Bethany, Oklahoma. First time the two teams have met. That's in the Oklahoma City suburb area, and, 3.5 hours away from Northwest Arkansas, and to make the long trek over there and to come away with 72-0. Really started with the opening kickoff as Zane Slider took it back 90 yards for the opening kickoff for the Saints. As we have a moment of silence here, you see the ROTC and the flags there at midfield, about to have the national anthem. Pledge of Allegiance first.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Performing tonight's national anthem is Jay Townley. Jay is a senior member of the GHS Jazz Ensemble and Musical Theater. She enjoys the fine arts, loves to write, and wants to become a paramedic after high school. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Pastor Nat, National anthem here at Smith Robinson Stadium in Greenwood as the Bulldogs and the Saints get ready to kick it off a little more than 5 minutes from the kickoff here. And so there are fireworks here in Greenwood that are behind the stands a little bit on the baseball field. So you heard those pop off in the distance. But Cliff, when you talk about this game, you come into Greenwood, one of the things you think about with the Bulldogs is an explosive offense. And their 3 games so far this season, all against 7A opponents, 35 points, 61 points, 43 points, and their 3 victors. And they are led by senior quarterback Kane Archer. Now, the caveat to that is Archer has a big knee brace on, and he warmed up in pregame, so we'll see if he plays in this one or not. But whether it's him or the backup that you'll see, Coatney Cruz, who was a Fayetteville kid who moved in, either way, you're going to have some talent at the quarterback position between the 2 teams, as you'll see a lot of points, 46 points a game scored by Greenwood, 49 points a game scored by Shiloh in their 2 games. But the Bulldog defense has given up 29 points on average in their games, and only that's thrown in with a 14-point performance against Northside. So 49 points of offense for the Saints on the season, 46 points of offense on the season for Greenwood. You feel like it's going to be a shootout. And, you know, Cliff, I think going back, you know, the Kane Archer story is a little bit of a story. He's a UCF recruit who's injured. How much can he play or not play tonight?
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens. I mean, yes, as you said, during pregame warm-ups, I didn't see Kane running or doing any of the stretching exercises with the rest of the team. He is over on the side throwing the ball, big knee brace on. So we'll see if number 8 gets out there, the senior quarterback, as you said, UCF commit. But, boy, it's a big deal if Kane does not go. He comes in averaging 280 yards throwing in the air. He comes in also the leading rusher on the team at 85 a game. So he accounts for well over 300 yards of total offense, the senior captain, Kane Archer. But, you know, the Shiloh Saints last year knocked him out of the game in the second quarter at Champion Stadium and not able to finish the game. We had a lead and not able to finish the game and get the win, even with Kane out of the lineup last year. So we'll see what happens. Cruz Coatney, as you said, transferred from Fayetteville. His dad, great player here back in the day. Lots of roots here in Greenwood. So we'll see if Cruz is the quarterback. But there are a lot of other weapons on this team that we need to talk about. You've got 2 leading receivers. You've got Bland and Davis, 2 senior receivers, averaging 95 and about 60 a game rushing. Like I said, Kane is the leading rusher, and then it's Champ Davis, it's Raggio, and just a host of others that will carry the ball as well. So we'll just have to see what happens. And you know, for the first time, I guess, in the past 2 years, we got Cole Creighton, you know, playing in this game. Again, we've talked about that the past few weeks. Cole has done a great job of leading the offense from the quarterback position at Shiloh. He's actually leading the state. I don't know if you knew this. Leading the state in passing yards, over 1,066 to be exact. And he's 69 of 99 throwing the ball, 70% completion rate. He counts for 355 yards through the air. Shiloh comes in 574 total yards a game. Greenwood 465. So we'll see which offense can continue to march up and down the field and which defense can really stop the offensive unit. Is it going to be Greenwood's defense stopping Shiloh or Shiloh's defense stopping Greenwood? I really think that's going to be the difference. Which team can stop the other team, and penalties and turnovers. Really key in this game tonight.
Yeah, our coach in the pregame, he thought turnovers would be huge in this game. Captains for the Saints, number 65, Maddox Welburn. The number 90, Xander Hernandez, the injured Griffin Mason running back, and then number 11, Chandler Kemp will be the captain. So coin toss going on right now at the middle of the field. So we'll see, talking to both sides, he hadn't said who won the toss. I thought Greenwood did. He is asking for them. I would be shocked, Cliff, if Greenwood doesn't get it. And then
I mean, you see Kane right there. He's limping, number 8 with the knee brace on, right there in the middle of the screen, closest to the camera here.
Yeah, I'd be shocked. Greenwood's deferred the kick, so Saints will get the football first. And this is one of those games that you would really anticipate. You don't think you're going to walk out of here with a 10-7 final tonight. This game has 42-35 written all over it, as you see.
I mean, you see Kane Archer there limping again. You see our Griffin Mason, our senior running back, not dressed out, number 18 there. You got 2 great players that potentially aren't playing in this game, and that's a shame But hopefully we get Griff back at some point this season. Kane, we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, we'll see with that. So lights going on and off here in Greenwood. So first kind of late September night where it's almost dark at kickoff. Not quite, but we're almost there with the lights in. Greenwood about to take the field and Shiloh both about to take the field. So the clock's been reset to 12. Here comes the Saints. As you can see, Shiloh in the all-white tonight. White pants, white jersey. And they kind of have the LSU look with the helmets with the SCS and that big crowd. It's packed, Cliff, as you would expect.
The icy whites. I love it on a Friday night. And then what they call here in Greenwood, Title Town. 12 state championships. Really in the past 25 years, Billy. It's not like I'm saying in the past 100 years. The past 25 years, 12 state championships. That's a state championship every other year. I mean, that is just remarkable. And give Greenwood props what they have done through the years. Had some great players. You think of Tyler Wilson, quarterback of the Hogs. You think of great coach Rick Jones now up helping the Missouri Tigers, and Coach Drinkwood's staff up in Columbia, Missouri, and all the other host of great players and coaches they've had through the years here at Greenwood. It is a title town atmosphere here in the southern suburbs of Fort Smith and Sebastian County. Great turnout, as always, by our Shiloh Saint fans, and they're trying to knock off the defending state champs and stop a couple streaks here tonight.
Yep, as we mentioned, 71 in a row at home for Greenwood, 29 in a row over and all. They like to light up the scoreboard at the end of the game with a number of straight home wins, and the Saints are hoping that they turn it off when they end the fourth quarter tonight. So kicking off for Greenwood, number 19, Landon Franklin. You'll see our cameras on the 40 tonight. It's a little bit of the way the setup here is at Greenwood. We can't get straight on midfield, but there's the kick, pretty high and deep, but it's going to be returnable at the 2, straight up the field to the 10, 15 to the 20, kind of picking his way there and going to be taken down at the 21-yard line. So a short return, but about where you would have gotten on a touchback. So most of the Greenwood kicks this year have been returnable. So we'll see if the Saints, they got the obviously slider last week with a kickoff return to start the game, and will be that. So we mentioned our camera angle is going to look a little different for you tonight, but with the setup at Greenwood, the best we can do from our angle there tonight. So when the Saints get down the field in a second, we'll be a little closer to the camera. But 1st and 10 for Cole Creighton and his Shiloh Saints. So we expect it to be a high-scoring game, so every possession is extremely valuable in this game. You don't want to turn it over, you want to score. They'll motion Kemp out of the backfield on 1st down. He'll come set on the left. Cole's going to drop back to pass, get some pressure, throws it down the left side for Kemp, and he's got it. Whoa, he lost it going out of bounds. Kemp had it and then dropped it as he lost it out of bounds at the 45. Saints go with a deep shot. Greenwood had a safety and a corner over there. They covered that pretty well. That's the same play the Saints ran for a touchdown on the opening play last week of the game. So you'll see Bodenstein, who was a quarterback last year. Jake will be in kind of a tight end motion to the right. Max Eldridge, again, in for the Griffin Mason in the backfield. Bad snap, but the Saints are going to run, and Eldridge is hit in the backfield. Heavy pressure there by the Greenwood defensive line, and the Saints are going to have 3rd and long. And so Cliff, with 2 high-tempo offenses tonight, it's going to be a challenge for both defenses, so any stop is a big stop.
Absolutely, and you just cannot have mistakes like that. You can't have bad snaps, can't have a fumble snap. You can't be behind the chains. It just makes it very difficult, really, for both teams. But Greenwood defense, they've got the upper hand around 3rd and long for the Saints.
So 3rd and 16 for the Saints, backed up deep in their own territory. There's a snap. Cole back to pass. Got good protection this time. Now it kind of breaks down. He rolls one way, throws it down the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete in the direction of Bodenstein. Cole got kind of hit late there. Referee let it go, though. So the Saints go 3 and out on their opening possession, backed up against the student section of Greenwood that's right behind them there, as you can see in kind of the bright orange and pink jerseys. And so not what you wanted there, Cliff, a quick 3 and out.
No, it's not. And a little different, now different opponent tonight against these Greenwood Bulldogs than last week, the Bethany Broncos, as Shiloh scored on all 8 drives that they had in the game. No punts last week. Opening drive here for the Saints. Greenwood forcing a punt.
Cole Creighton will punt it away. The very dangerous Champ Davis back deep to receive. There's the kick. They try to kick it away from him. It's going to hit the 45. He's going to field it at his own 45. He's got white shirts all over him. At the 14, Zach Rowe comes down and chops him down at the 44. So Champ Davis, who returned the football right there, he's a D2 commit, really good football player, transferred from the state of Nebraska down here to the Arkansas River Valley. So first down. So a couple of players you're going to see for Greenwood, and they will go super fast on offense. Will be out here at wide receiver Bland, but watch number 13, Canada. So we do have, even though he looks hobbled, we have a first possession by the quarterback, Kane Archer. So we'll see what mobility he has. He has his running back to the right, Braxton Canada in motion. They'll motion almost every play. They're going to hand it off Archer. He hands it to Champ Davis. He's across midfield and all the way to the Saint 48-yard line. So on the ground quickly. As Cliff mentioned, both teams will go really fast tonight.
They really will. I mean, both teams want to have up-tempo and really just take what the defense gives you. One thing about Kane Archer, even with a bum right leg out there, he gets rid of the ball so quickly. That's part of Greenwood's offense, bubble screen, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly. So Shiloh's really going to have to get pressure on him quick.
There's a pass deflected at the line by Brody Francis, goes incomplete. So Brody gets it down. And Cliff, I really feel like defensively tonight, the play you just saw, Greenwood, I went back and looked at the state championship game from a year ago. 17 of their first 20 passes were behind the line of scrimmage. That's the type of game they want to play. If you can get that from the defensive end, look, that's big. 3rd and 2. Now for Greenwood, this is 2 downs. They're going to go for it almost every time on 4th down all night long. They'll move Davis to the left, handoff going right. Davis, he's stretching it. He's got the first down across the 45 and taking off his feet at the 43, but it's going to be enough for a Greenwood first down. And so kind of watching Archer a little bit on this opening drive, Cliff. He does like to scramble. That may not be a part of the game plan tonight.
Well, no, obviously it's not going to be because he just can't run much, and you see, again, him favoring just in his stance, his right leg there. But, again, I don't know. Just taking the ball out of his hands running, I think they have enough other weapons, and they've got enough from the offensive set that even a hobbled Kane Archer can still be very effective for these Bulldogs.
Dunbar's the lone back right here. They're going to hand it to Dunbar right up the middle. He's hit at the 40. Pretty good stop by the Saint defense there as they throw him backwards and to get off. So Shiloh defensive line will have their hands full stopping this inside zone run from Greenwood. Obviously, they like to efficiently pass it. Archer about an 80% passer last year from the pocket. He doesn't throw an incompletion very often, but also you will see a lot of lateral passes with that. Slot to the left, slot to the right for the Saints. They're going to move for the Bulldogs. Davis in the backfield. Shiloh standing straight up on the line. Greenwood really taking their time with the offensive play calls, getting the line quick but trying to balance it. Archer kind of holding them here. Play clock's at 5. Blitz coming. Kane's back to pass. Has a great pocket. It's intercepted at the 30. Up the sideline to the 40. To midfield. To the 40. They're not going to get him unless Davis can get him down. They will at the 24. Great job by Champ Davis. He had a little bit of an angle and ran it down, but the Saints get a big pick right off the bat. And, hey, speaking of injuries, there's A.J. Yalanen and Cliff. This guy, he's playing basically with no shoulder tonight. He is injured, but just sucking it up and trying to play.
And look at the replay here. As you'll see, you see there's no push off on Archer there. That's where you're going to see the injury take place. Then you see he does not even go after the returner there. He can't move. He has to rely on his running back or his receiver Davis to come and make the tackle. What a turnover. A big turnover for these Saints.
8:50 to go first quarter. Saints with the football at the 24-yard line of Greenwood. Handoff Eldridge coming to the left. He breaks one tackle back to the 20, and he's chopped down. Nice open field tackle at the 18. Max was one arm tackle away from a touchdown right there. Almost sprung that one. But a good first down run for the Saints as Max gets about 5. 2nd and 5. Kemp is right. They're going to hand off Max coming left. Max picking his way. Nothing doing this time. He's going to get it back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 3rd down for the Bulldogs coming up as their defense has held the run game pretty good so far. We have a player may have lost a helmet, Cliff. Let's see. Or a flag, one of the two. Okay, we got a Greenwood player 49 who lost a helmet, so they're going to have to sub him out. 3rd and 5, 8:19 to go. Saints trying to take advantage of a rarity, a Kane Archer interception on the opening drive, only his 2nd interception of the year. Back to pass, Creighton rolling right, heavy pressure. Cole fires, it's going to be caught by Slaughter out of bounds at the 10-yard line. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Saints inside the 10. And so we'll ask you to be a little patient with us on yard markers tonight. The angle here is really, really tough. and the way the stands are really compressed with the press box, it makes it tough on us. But 1st and goal at the 8. Slaughter in motion. Creighton rolls that way. He's got Slaughter in the flat, throws it behind him and incomplete. Boy, he had him right there. I'm not sure he'd have made the corner of the end zone, but he definitely would have got it inside the 5, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Slaughter running to his right. Cole throws it to his backside, and Zane not able to turn around and make the catch. And this is really a drive. After a turnover like this, you're trying to defeat a team that has won 71 straight. Look at that, the fans there just making the drive down from Northwest Arkansas. Not a bad drive, hour and a half, wherever you are located there. And Saints need to score on this drive here.
Creighton with a snap, back to pass. Look, slant, caught, is in the end zone. Did Kemp get there? He's a little short. He's inside the 1, so it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the Saints at the 1. Shiloh will go quickly. Greenwood subbing. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a player off or not if the Saints can go fast enough. Oh, they are struggling. Let's see if they can get it. Well, he barely gets off the field. Shiloh will take the snap, hand off Max right up the middle. He's in there. Touchdown, Shiloh. Eldridge puts it in, and the Saints take the lead 6-0.
Great blocking up front by the offensive line. And, again, Max Elder just doing what he's done all season long, just riding the coattails of his big offensive lineman, waiting for a hole to open, and then he just slides right through it. Only needed a yard, but great drive after the turnover there for the Saints.
So Shiloh with a 6-0 lead, and they'll bring on Pullen for the extra point. So, Cliff, this is early in the game, but an important part of this game could just be this right here, kicking game, with both teams expected to score a lot of points. Every extra point matters tonight big. It could be a game changer if somebody blocks one. So we'll keep an eye on that as Aiden's on for the extra point. Snap is down. Kick is, well, right on cue. I don't know if there's such thing as an announcer jinx, Cliff, but it happened right there, and they blocked the extra point. So just as we were talking about that, Greenwood comes up with a block. But Shiloh with a touchdown, as you'll see the replay coming here, as they have a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, good blocking up front, and then Max just, he gets the handoff, and he has great vision looking ahead, and he's just trying to find where that crease is. Again, only needed a yard, and he saw the crease on the right side, cuts in, crosses the goal line. Shiloh scores first. Again, just the 2nd turnover on the season by Kane Archer, and Saints make them pay.
Yeah, as Cliff mentioned, Archer a rarity. His 2nd pick of the year, had one against Bentonville West in the opening game. So that's the only turnover so far in the game. We'll keep track of that along with some other stats. So while we got a moment, they're going to kick it off really quick. So we'll hold off on our sponsors for a second as Aiden Pullen gets ready to kick it off. And there's the kick. It's kind of angled. Champ Davis has got to be careful here. He's at the 2, straight up the field, 15-20. Accelerates to the 30, breaks the tackle to the 35. Davis is all the way up to the 43. So Champ Davis is a guy who has a lot of speed and a lot of burst. You have to be really careful when he gets in the open field. And they put he and Braxton Canada, who is just a sophomore wide receiver, but a very impressive player, back there deep. So kickoffs are a dangerous thing. Greenwood puts a lot of skilled players. So we're going to go right here, Cliff, as Archer comes out. They're going to swap the football out. They don't like the one that's in there, but Archer's going to have number 2, Champ Davis, in the backfield. Now, normally from the backfield, you'll see 17, Mario Dunbar, and 5, Wesley Raggio. But so far tonight, it's been Champ Davis. So that's been kind of the Greenwood wrinkle early in the game. He's trying to throw something different at Shiloh. In motion is Hostley. There's a snap. Handoff. Davis coming this way. Breaks a tackle to 45. Breaks another tackle to midfield. And is going to be brought down, but not till he gets to the Saint 42-yard line. And Davis is down, and he immediately rolls his helmet off. I hope he is okay, but Cliff, that's
strong run there by Davis. We got a great camera on him there. I'm not sure what happened, but you see just the strength and the running ability that Champ Davis, the senior running back, has, just sliding out of tackles. So, yeah, for Greenwood, boy, they don't want to lose him. He's such a weapon out of the backfield.
Yeah, it's a scary play. You see right there in the gray kind of over polo is A.J. Yolanan's dad, who is an orthopedic doctor for the Saints. So he was out there to check quickly on him. But the fact Davis immediately ripped his helmet off, Cliff, that's usually for players. That's scary when they do that quickly. But he gets up there, so hopefully he's okay, kind of walking slowly back to the sideline.
But again, look at the play here. I mean, you can give Champ Davis credit, but man, Shiloh's just got to make some tackles. I mean, you're just missing tackles. There are 3. There's a 4th he breaks away from, and then finally Kimbrough gets him down after about an 11-yard gain. So glad he's up and healthy. But Shiloh needs to do a little better job of tackling at contact.
So first down at the St. 45 is where they'll say the knee went down for Champ Davis. They're going to bring in this time at running back Dunbar. So you'll see Dunbar and Raggio. Raggio's a small guy, 5'6" in stature, but he runs hard. So Davis goes off. We'll see how quickly he comes back. As Archer's in the shotgun, he will move the running back Dunbar to his right. Man in motion, handoff Dunbar on the counter to the 45. He's got some room to the 40, and then he's chopped down there hard at the 40-yard line. So and Dunbar's down on the ground, kind of slow to get back up as well.
Well, one thing I remember about the 2 games we played against these Bulldogs last year, Billy, man, how physical were they? The game at Shiloh, a 28-17 loss. Shiloh had the lead there. We knocked Kane Archer out of the game in the second quarter. It was a hard-hitting ball game. And even though the championship game at the end of the season didn't go Shiloh's way, a 61-35 loss, still very, very physical game.
They're going to hand it right up the middle as the running back. He's hit at the line, and he'll get maybe a yard, and that's it. So good job by the St. defense there. They kind of went with that stand-up defensive front, which is tough as Raggio took that carry. Tough for an offensive line as you don't know which guy's coming to block. That time the Saints did a better job with the run game. So 3rd and 5, but as I mentioned earlier, this is four down territory for Greenwood just by having the football, basically. They're not going to punt very much. About halfway through the first quarter, Saints 6, Greenwood 0. Shotgun for Archer. He's got Raggio in motion now out to the right, so an empty backfield for Kane. Let's see if the Saints come with a blitz. They do. Kane fires, caught. It's Raggio out of the backfield, and he's going to be hit by Yolanda and pushed backwards, but he's going to be enough for the first down as they'll move the chain. So just a quick hitter to the back out of the backfield, Cliff, effective. And what Archer does best, he's efficient and effective.
Absolutely. And now you see the tempo that Greenwood likes here on first down.
There's a snap. Archer going to throw a bubble screen to the right, and it's going to be thrown down behind the line of scrimmage back at the 31-yard line. As that time they hit Canada, the sensational sophomore wide receiver that time. And, Cliff, that's a good sign. That's a key play that the Greenwood Bulldogs like to run right there.
Absolutely. Colton Miller there, the leading tackler for this St. defensive unit on the tackle. The one thing Greenwood does, they do a little quick hitters, and they try to go deep.
Empty formation here for Greenwood on 2nd and 9. Archer snaps, back to pass, looking, fires. It's nearly intercepted. Saints jumped the route. It was Salter right there as the pass was intended for number 3, Benton Hossley. Good job by Salter jumping the route. Almost had her second pick.
Absolutely, and that's really the only weakness I see out of Kane Archer right now. He just can't plant, and when he's getting under pressure a little bit, forcing the ball, can't plant with that right foot, follow through on the pass, making a couple lazy passes. One picked off, one almost.
5:05 to go in the first quarter. 3rd down and long coming up for the Bulldogs. Archer has got Davis back in the game. We'll see what legs Champ has as he comes out into a slot to the left. Saints are trying to adjust to the coverage. Now they'll get Miller one-on-one with that. Back to pass. Archer has all time. Boy, there's a pass that's going to be caught at the 20 and dropped. The receiver had it. Canada and knocked it loose. Cliff, I think the Bulldogs might have got away with a hold on the right tackle there, but it worked out for the Saints. Pass goes incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, it really should have been a pass completed there. I mean, the receiver had it, just not able to bring it down. Shiloh defender just on the wrap-up tackle knocks it out. So good play there for the Saints. It's 4th and long here, and Archer's still in the backfield. It looks like Bulldogs are going for it.
Bulldogs will go with the 31, 4th down, and Shiloh's going to take a timeout. It's 4th down and 9. Saints saw something they didn't like defensively, so we will take a timeout. While we've got a chance, here are our 2025 sponsors of Shiloh Christian Football. Our legendary level sponsors, Geo Services, Roush Companies, Mr. Sparky, the Frame Family, elite level sponsors, Bassett Home Furnitures, Bowen Kemp Construction, Chick-fil-A Springdale. Champion level sponsors, Prism Pools and Outdoors. Fire Bin and Arvis, Reliable Poultry, Quality Millwork Incorporated, Advanced Primary Care, Roush Companies, Ty King, DDS, Harps Food Stores Incorporated, Stubbs Center for Cosmetic Surgery, Fastlane Entertainment, C.R. Crawford Construction, Smith & Davis Orthodontics, Osage Air, Wright's Barbecue, Backus Concrete, Midland Industrial Services, Prestige Home, Hormone Health and Wellness, Arkansas Children's Hospital, Northwest are some of our championship sponsors. 4th down and 9 for the Bulldogs coming up. The St. 31. Shiloh got a pick off of Kane Archer on the first offensive possession of Greenwood, trying to get what is difficult to do, another stop. 4:57 to go as this Greenwood offense, which averages 46 points a game, trying to keep them off the board 2 times in a row. Saints nearly jumped there, but they don't show. Now we'll see. Saints were showing corner blitz. We'll see if they're still coming with that on this 4th down play. Archer looks at his receiver in the slot, changes his route. Blitz coming. Archer's going to throw it deep down the right sideline. 1-on-1 with Rowe. It is caught in the back corner of the end zone for Greenwood touchdown. Just a one-handed catch by Braxton Canada as he was 1-on-1 with Rowe out there, and he went up and got it. And the Bulldogs tie the game on a 4th and 9 conversion at 6-all.
Boy, defensively, if you're Shiloh, that is not what you want to give up. But give Greenwood credit. Good route, and then Kane Archer put it only where his receiver could catch it, right at the pylon at the front of the end zone, and Greenwood is in for their first score of the night.
So the Bulldogs with the extra point coming right here from Landon Franklin. Snap is low, kick is on the way, but Franklin gets the height under it to make it good. So though it wasn't a good snap, it's good, and you see the light show here by Greenwood as their lights go on and off. Here's the replay of the touchdown. Got to give Canada credit, Cliff. He just went down the sideline, made a great catch.
Yeah, he really did. And, Kane puts it right on it. And you got Zach Rowe out there on the coverage. And I don't know if Zach really knew where the ball was. He just kind of reading the receiver. But it'd be nice to see the defender turn his head back, look where the ball is a little bit, maybe try to swat it away.
Yeah, and one thing about that, Cliff, it was on the Greenwood sideline. You kind of wish that was on our sideline. You'd had coaches and players be able to holler that the ball's coming, but away in that right corner.
So Zach's not getting any help on the Greenwood sideline?
He's not getting any help from the guys in blue. And so I'll tell you, Cliff, the atmosphere tonight, this might be the best atmosphere in my 3 years of doing this. I mean, both sides, you can tell, are just into the game. Should be number 1 and number 2.
Absolutely. You got 2 storied programs here. A great night for football.
Franklin's kick's going to be returnable by Slider. Oh, nope, he's going to let it go. It's going to hit right at the goal line and bounce in for the touchback. So decided not to return that one as Slider. It would have been really close. High school rules that the ball breaks the plane at any point, you can't return it. So 7-6, Greenwood in the lead, 4:49 to go in the first quarter. St. offense scored on its last possession. So possession number 3 coming up as they went 3 and out on their first one. So possessions again, you kind of just count the war, so to speak, in the possessions. Both teams have won 1 each. Both teams have gotten it in the end zone. Max Eldridge in the backfield. He's to the right of Cole Creighton. Trips to the right for the Saints. There's a snap. Rolling. Nope, Cole's going to run it to the 25. He gets to the 30, the 35. Cole to the 40, and he's up to the 42-yard line. So they turn Cole loose right there, and he gets it all the way up to the 42, a pickup of 22, and a first down they'll actually give him 23. They'll say he get out to the, now they change it back. So we're back to where we were. Gain of 22 to the 42. First down Shiloh, 4:37 to go in the first quarter. 7-6 Greenwood as they made their extra point. Saints had theirs blocked. The early difference in this football game. Saints will send Chandler Kemp kind of in a half motion to the right. Play action for Cole. Has great protection. Throws it deep for Kemp into coverage, and it is bobbled and incomplete. Great coverage by Greenwood. They had 3 blue jerseys down there as the pass was, I say for Kemp, that was actually for Brody Francis. So good coverage there by Greenwood, and second down coming up.
Yeah, great throw there by Cole, and Brody made a great effort. It looked like there was triple coverage, if I remember right there, on Brody. Little hand jawing by both the defenders and Brody trying to get to the ball, but not enough to throw a flag, incomplete pass.
Yeah, Greenwood's kind of playing look like a cover 4 look almost, trying to keep nobody from getting behind them. Handoff, nope. Cole's going to keep it to Eldridge. He throws, got a man wide open. Oh, he couldn't catch it, Brody, at the 35. And if Brody catches that one, it's an end zone. Great RPO, although there was a flag down at the 49. You wonder that might have been a man downfield as Cole kind of had to hold it for a second. So it'll either be 3rd and 10 or we'll see if Greenwood elects to take the penalty. We'll see what they try to do here.
Yeah, great play call there by the Saints. Brody not able to haul it in, but you may be right on a lineman downfield.
Cliff, I couldn't see the official. Was it a legal man downfield? Okay,
Yeah, it was.
That was kind of the guess from where the flag was on the field. Greenwood declines a penalty, so 3rd and 10 coming up to go through. But have a sneaking feeling, Cliff, you're going to see that play again. It was wide open down the sidelines.
Yeah, I don't know. That may be the one time in this game that Greenwood bites on that play. They'll probably know where number 1 is or any receivers out in that setup. But brings up 3rd and long for the Saints now.
3rd and 10, 4:09 to go first quarter. Kemp in motion. Cole back to pass. A little bit of a blitz. They pick it up. Now Cole in pressure, and he's going to go down. Well, that time the pocket broke down, and again, Greenwood had really good coverage. They had 3 receivers in the area. Some of our fans got their hands up in the air. I don't know if they saw something, maybe a face mask or something, that he was going down. Not sure. But a sack of Creighton, and it's 4th down. Now, 4th and 14. You got to feel like Shiloh will probably punt it away here, Cliff.
Yeah, I think so, being on your side of the field. I mean, still a 7-6 game here in the first quarter. Clock ticking, approaching 3.5 minutes remaining here. Saints look at the return setup and then bring their guys in and punt coverage formation here.
Kick is a line drive kick. It's going to hit at the 35, not going to be returnable. Saints will down it at the 32-yard line. So Cole had a little bit of pressure, just got it off pretty quick. And it's down. So 3:18 to go first quarter. Greenwood will get their 3rd possession of the game. They've turned it over with an interception, and they've also gotten a long 4th down touchdown pass from Archer to Canada for the score. So it's 7-6 Greenwood. And so, again, every possession in a game like this just so critical. So Saint defense got to kind of answer the bell right here to see if they can get a stop to prevent Greenwood from expanding their 7-6 lead. Shiloh shows blitz right here. They'll motion Bland anyway. Out in the flat, it's going to be caught at the 40 to the 45 as Champ Davis makes a man miss. He's to midfield, the 48. And so, Cliff, I don't want to criticize the official, but you had, as Saints have a man down, but you had a receiver blocking 5 yards down the field. That's why Champ Davis is running wide open right there. The receiver was blocking, so it made it easy. So got a Saint player down. Couldn't quite see the number from
Josiah
here.
Campbell, number 16, junior linebacker. But, yeah, I mean, I agree with you on Champ Davis blocking downfield there. But then after the catch is made, what did you have on the defensive side? You had 2 missed tackles. I mean, against really, really good teams, and I don't know it's easy for us to critique up here. We're calling the game. But against really good teams, you've got to make the tackle at contact. And you see so many teams now just struggle with that. And I think they struggle with it because the offensive players are just really, really good. And I get that it's tough. But in a big game like this, you have to make that tackle, that stop for a 2-yard gain versus a 12-yard gain.
It's going to be at the 49-yard line of Shiloh is where Davis was taken down. So Josiah Campbell, who got banged up a couple weeks ago, see that big wrap on his knee coming off. Josiah's really trying to gut it. We've got some guys injured who are doing their best on a Friday night to give the Saints all they've got. At the 49-yard line, trips left for Greenwood. They'll shift a man in motion across the formation here. Archer's going to have an empty backfield as Dunbar is now set to the right. Saints show blitz, and they jump off sides. So Archer held it as long as he could. Play clock was at 9, so Greenwood got up on the snap quickly and just a long count. And that's been kind of a, obviously coaching these two teams who've already played. I was thinking about driving out here, Cliff. This is the 3rd time these two teams have played in a calendar year. So both coaches are going to have a little something in the playbook you haven't seen.
Yeah, and these teams also know each other very, very well. They know what they do, what their strengths are offensively, defensively. So 2 teams that really mirror each other size-wise, ability-wise, athletic-wise. So, yes, there may be a few new wrinkles here or there, but there are a whole lot of familiarities between these 2 teams.
Boy, Archer just really milking the play clock here. Hands it to Dunbar. He's got nothing. Pullen's got him in the backfield and fires him down. So a loss. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
And
for
Aiden Pullen, do we talk about tackling right there? Aiden Pullen makes the tackle, wraps him up, gets him down on the ground. Great job by number 44, the senior linebacker, Aiden Pullen.
2:08 to go in the first quarter. Greenwood with a 2nd and 6. They'll send Bland and Hossley over to the left here. Running back Dunbar now moved to the left, the right of Archer. Quick hitter. It's going to be caught right, a quick slant right up the field and just pulling his way and fighting down to the 30-yard line. Is a quick pass right there is going to be a Greenwood Bulldog first down. So that's what they like to do. Very quick hitters, quick slants. Braden Rennick, the wide receiver, made that catch for Greenwood. First down Bulldogs. Archer back to pass, looks left, fires that way, got a man wide open. It's Rennick again, breaks a tackle, 15, and spun down there. But they're just getting Rennick in the slot right now, and he's doing some damage to the Saint defense. So with that, just quick hitter, first down Greenwood at the Shiloh 15.
Yeah, and even though Kane Archer's a little wobbly there on his legs, still able to fire the ball out to the open receiver, finding the open seams in the secondary of Shiloh.
Dunbar to the left of Archer. They'll send Hossley in motion to the right. They're going to roll that way. Doesn't have anything. Archer's in trouble. He gets away, and he's just running for all he can to the 15 and out of bounds.
Wow. And there is your chance to
take a lick. Let's be honest
wrap
with
up
you.
on the quarterback and sack him. He can't run very well. You force him out of the pocket, and you're not able to get Kane Archer on the ground. He stumbles out of bounds for about a 1 yard gain there.
Yeah, officially
boy,
no gain.
That's your shot right there in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, you want to take an opportunity when you've got a quarterback who's not mobile doing an injury. If you can give him a hard pop, you certainly want to do that. Saints missed an opportunity there. 2nd down and 10 for Greenwood. They can get a first down. They're going to play action. Archer fires. It's batted down. Great job there by the linebacker for Shiloh is 42 and White. Corbin Miller swatted that one down. We've seen the Saints bat down a few tonight. Got a big one there. 3rd down coming up for Greenwood.
You know, every play that comes near you, every ball that comes near you, I should say, doesn't have to be picked off. Just knock it down. A lot of times you see guys go for the pick and they miss it. The receivers end up catching the ball. Just knock the ball down, stop the drive.
Well, they've got Canada to the top of the formation. That's where they went on the last 3rd and long here deep in the Saint territory. Let's see if they go back to here on 4th down. Archer back to pass, gets great protection. Now he breaks down. He throws the ball forward and it goes incomplete. Now the question is, yeah, there's a flag. I think they're going to get it from intentional grounding. I don't see Cliff, a receiver, anywhere near Kane Archer right there.
No, I think his whole lineman, all of his offensive linemen were near him. Now Kane's pleading his case, saying,
I don't know who Kane's saying is in the area.
Well, he said number 17, Mario Dunbar, but I don't know. I'd have to look at the replay there. I just saw jailbreak on the defensive side. They were all over Kane Archer, not letting him escape this time.
Here's a replay. Good job by the guys on the foot. There's nobody in the area, I don't believe.
Grounding. So you see pressure coming outside. It looked like a little hold there, and then Max Eldridge throws him down. Oh, yeah, Kane just kind of throws the ball. I do see.
Well, that's generous. They're going to say no intentional grounding, as Dunbar was in the zip code of Greenwood, Arkansas. That's about all you can say on that one. So 4th down, but a good enough play by Archers. He's able to get rid of the football and not lose yardage back past his own 20. 4th down and 9 coming up for the Greenwood Bulldogs. 48 seconds to go first quarter. Boy, the Saints need to get off the field in the worst kind of way. Greenwood converted the last 4th down. Saint fans on their feet making a ton of noise. There's the snap. Blitz coming. Archer back to pass. Fires it to the right. It's in the direction of Canada. Knocked away this time. Well, they went at Zach Rowe twice, and Zach said no thanks the second time. He knocks it away from Canada. Saints get a stop, and Shiloh takes over on downs with 42 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
And that drive that Greenwood had right there, Billy, you saw the pressure that the Shiloh defense is bringing to the backfield, coming at Kane Archer. Secondary doing a great job of covering the receivers, buying time for Kane Archer to sit in the pocket, and that was the difference on that drive for the St. defense.
So Shiloh takes over at the 14, 7-6, 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. Creighton going to hand it. Nope, he's going to play action. It fires behind his receiver. Incomplete, intended for Kemp at the 19-yard line. 38 seconds to go, 2nd and 10 coming up for that. So St. defense, Cliff, that is they've got a turnover, and then that a stop right there. Second one of the night. Or first one of the night with the turnover. First just true
They've got
stop.
interception, touchdown, and turnover on downs.
Cole rolls this way, looking, has time, fires. It's going to be knocked down, intended for Kemp at the 23. Good coverage. So the Greenwood defense, which has been a little suspect this year, they've given up a lot of points in games. They have played really well so far in this one, Cliff.
Well, they're really tight on our receivers there, just as you saw on Kemp, knocking the ball away, making it very tough on Cole this first quarter. Only 2 of 9 passing for 18 yards is Cole Creighton.
33 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Saints trying to avoid a quick 3 and out on this possession, trailing 7-6. There's a snap. Creighton back to pass. Looking, has time. It's going to be caught at the 27-yard line by Beach, and that'll move the chain. So the Saints get it out from their own 14, gain of 13 with 25 seconds to go, clock running in the first quarter. Saints get a first down. They desperately need it right there. Did not want to punt again deep in their own territory. Kemp is going to go behind. They'll hand it off. Big hole. Max Eldridge, he hurdles, and boy, he fumbles the football. Back to the 38, Saints following. Eldridge tried to hurdle a man and got hit hard in midair. Ball came loose. Saints fell back on it, though, at the 38. It's going to be a pickup of 9 after the fumble. 2nd and 1 for Shiloh. And whistle, and that will be the end of the first quarter. So an entertaining first quarter at Smith Robinson Stadium in Greenwood, Arkansas. It's the Greenwood Bulldogs 7, the Shiloh Christian Saints 6. We'll be back with the second quarter. You're watching Shiloh Christian football.
I love this solid maple, and I love this finish.
So is this the one?
Absolutely.
At Bassett, we know furniture is very personal, so we only make our Benchmade collection when you find the perfect combination of design options, crafted of solid wood and made in the USA. So it's a unique, one-of-a-kind, just-for-you look. Bassett, find your personal style.
Bassett Furniture, next to Target in Fayetteville. Go Saints!
Serving multiple cities in 9 different states. We are proud to call Northwest Arkansas our home and the Shiloh Saints our team. Mr. Sparky, Northwest Arkansas's favorite electrician. Shiloh Saints. Let's go!
Welcome back to Greenwood. 7-6 Bulldogs with the lead as they made their extra point after the score. Both teams have had one score. Saints with a 2nd and 1 to start quarter number 2 here at the 37-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion for Shiloh. They got out of their own end a little bit. Creighton back to pass. Going to fire. It's a comeback route caught by Slider at the 46, and he's thrown down hard. Forward progress out to the 47-yard line. Gain of 10. First down Shiloh as the Saints move the chains.
Yeah, good throw, good route run there by Zane Slider. Cole Creighton with the 2nd pass completion in a row. Like to see him getting a little rhythm here.
Man in motion. They're going to hand it off. Coming this way. Big hole. The 45, the 40, down to the Greenwood 38-yard line as Max Eldridge carries. Good job by the offensive line. The last 2 runs for Max, he's had big holes and ripped off some yardage. At the 39, first down Saints. Hand off this way, Max trying to get to the edge. He cuts it up and gets a couple to the 37. They'll say he was down. I think his knee did touch at the 37. Gain of a couple. Tried a little bit of a wide zone play there. Just couldn't really get to the edge. And, you know, Cliff, that's where you miss a Griffin Mason right there. As a guy gets to the edge very well.
Yeah, and then these defensive ends for Greenwood, just good size and good quickness. You see them running laterally on the field very, very well.
At the 37-yard line, Creighton with a 2nd down and 9. play action. Slows the line. Going to throw it deep. He's got Kemp. Can he catch it? Yes, sir, he can. Touchdown, Shiloh, as Kemp fights his way through, and he kind of has words to say to the Greenwood defender who tried to rip it out all the way literally into the band out there. But Kemp with a long touchdown pass from Cole Creighton, and the Saints have the lead back 12-7 with 10:42 to go early in the second quarter. And Cliff, a big play coming up here. You want to get that 2 points back from where you missed the extra point earlier.
Absolutely. Let's get this two-pointer in and go up one score. But what a throw by Cole Creighton to Chandler Kemp. Double coverage, and Cole just throws such a great deep ball. Chandler Kemp runs under it, makes the completion. Kemp has great hands. He wasn't going to let that one be stripped out of him.
Kemp in motion. Big 2-point play here. Boom, bad snap. Creighton gets it, rolls right, has pressure. Cole looking, throws. It's going to be caught but short of the goal line. So the 2-point play is no good. That kind of started with a poor snap, a little bit high. Forced Cole to kind of roll, I think, before he wanted to. But we'll see the replay here of the touchdown reception from Chandler Kemp as he makes the catch from Cole Creighton. 42 yards, I believe, Cliff, if I got that correct, to Kemp in the back of the end zone. So Shiloh takes a lead back, 12-7, 10:42 to go in the first half. So, Cliff, passing yards for Shiloh, they haven't been a ton tonight, but, hey, a good drive right there.
Absolutely. Offensive line doing a great job of allowing Cole to sit in the pocket, let his receivers run the route, and then Cole doing what he does best, throwing that deep ball only where his receiver could catch it. Chandler Kemp, one of his favorite receivers, second leading receiver on the team next to Zane Slider. Kemp hauls it in for the Shiloh score. Shiloh's got the lead, 12-7.
So
here in Greenwood.
Yep, Pullen will kick it off. It's kind of a pooch kick this time. We're not going to kick this thing to Davis. It's short, though, the 25-30. Greenwood still gets it up to the 40-yard line. So tried to kick it away from Champ Davis that time. And the up-back Dunbar with a good return. He gets it out near the 40-yard line. So Saints put it on the board with a touchdown there. 10:36 to go in the first half. Shiloh has taken the lead back 12-7, but a missed extra point and a failed 2-point conversion have been key in this game. Greenwood got the extra point with their one try, even off a bad snap. Archer will have an empty backfield here on 1st and 10 at the 39. Back to pass, looks, quick hitter is going to be knocked away. Big hit at the 45-yard line by Salter. Is that was intended for his receiver right there. I think that was number 1, Cooper Bland.
And, boy, I'm watching Coach Holley on the sideline. He is loving that defensive intensity that he's seen from the secondary, mainly number 4, Xander Salter there, the senior cornerback.
Archer quickly up to the line, quads this way, screen this way to Dunbar to the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 41. Great job there on the kind of the bubble screen right there. As that Greenwood hurt us with that last year, particularly in the state championship game. Got a generous spot all the way out to the 42-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 7 for Greenwood. Archer's got Dunbar to his right. Saints show a little bit of pressure coming from Archer's right. They'll shift Dunbar to the left. Canada's one-on-one. Blitz coming this way. Archer's in trouble. He gets away. He's going to run. Can he get the first down? He can across midfield to the 40 to the 39-yard line. And you got to give number 8 in blue a lot of credit right there. Under heavy pressure, Saints came with a blitz, and Archer, that's why he's a senior quarterback with a Division I offer. Made a play for his team when he needed it right there.
And again, he comes into the game the leading rusher at 85 yards a game. He's hobbled. You see him not 100%. Well, I don't even know running-wise if he's even, I would say maybe 50%.
He is gutting it out. You can tell.
Picking up the yardage when he needs it.
Dunbar, handoff in the backfield. He's hit. He spins away from the first, not from the second. Corbin Miller gets him down. So 2nd down coming up. But, yeah, Cliff, you got to give Archer so much credit. I mean, he clearly is hobbled. Has a play earlier in the game. He just got loose from a sack. He gets a first down there.
I mean, the easy play for him is just to go down.
Yeah.
But no, he's not. He's a gamer. He wants to pick up yards, and he did. Gave his team a first down.
2nd and 10, no gain on that play. Dunbar to the right. I don't see Champ Davis in the game right now for the Bulldogs. Quarterback back to pass, pressure, fires over the middle. It's caught. I think the Saints actually may have tipped it, and it was still caught at the 25-yard line. One of the linebackers for Saints deflected it and went right to the receiver of Greenwood for the first down Bulldogs at the 20, just inside the 25 to the 24. First down Greenwood. Quads to the left for Archer. One right receiver. He's got Canada to the right. They threw the fade out of this earlier. We'll see. Archer's going to run right up the middle, and he gets it to the 20, and then he's knocked down there.
And just, how about that? Again, you're hobbled as a quarterback, and yet he may be just getting the blood flowing in that leg now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in game mode. And
adrenaline's popping in.
Man, he's just like, hey, I'm going to run. I'm going to follow my big offensive line. You see him there on your screen. Big, athletic, quick, smart guys. And he's just following them, the senior quarterback leading these Greenwood Bulldogs.
Got 5 off of that. Second down. Bad snap. Archer's going to go back to the 34. I bet he just tries to throw this away. And that's exactly what he does. Just a senior smart quarterback. He threw that thing about halfway in the stands. But there is a flag down at the 17. That's probably in the area of a legal man downfield. We'll see.
Well, maybe that or holding right at the line of scrimmage. So we'll see. I mean, after the bad snap, and you've just got the defense just crashing in. Could have been a hold, but could have been also, like you said, man downfield with Archer retrieving the ball and then making the throw.
Saints are going to take the penalty for a legal man downfield. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 for Shiloh. I'm sorry, 2nd and 11 for Greenwood. Bulldogs to send a man in motion. They'll go empty here for Archer. See if they try to scramble him one more time or if he tries to put it in the air here. Play clock at 12. Quick hitter out to the flat. Caught at the 20. He fumbles the ball, and the Saints have it at the 17-yard line as A.J. Yulanen comes up with it. Greenwood screaming it was an incompletion. They're also screaming that the player was down. The official on this side pointed to Shiloh Football. Now they're going to talk about it.
Wow, this is a huge call here. I mean, you got a ton of fans here, Billy. One of these sides are not going to like this call. You're going to either, from the Shiloh side, erupt in joy, or they're going to be booing here in just a moment. Wow, we need to look at the replay here, but they're giving Greenwood the ball back. Here is the replay. So we'll see Archer making the throw. Let's see, does he have the ball? I believe he does. The ball is out. He is not down. That should be Shiloh ball, in my opinion.
Well, tough call either way at the 20-yard line. Saints don't get it. 3rd down, and the bad thing, it was ruled an incomplete pass, so they get the yardage, or they get the player back out of it and say it was down. So 3rd down, 7:50 to go. Archer back to pass, has a little pressure, fires deep down the right sideline. It's knocked away by Zach Rowe as Rowe leaps as high as he could and knocked it away from Cooper Bland. And it's going to be incomplete. 4th down coming up for Greenwood. 7:44 to go in the
great
first half.
job by Zach Rowe. Again, every pass doesn't have to try to be picked off. Just swat it away. Zach Rowe doing a great job swatting it away from the receiver. And it brings up a big 4th and 6 for these Bulldogs.
Well, Saints got to get a stop. 4th and 6. Greenwood not trying a field goal at the moment. Now they're going to call timeout on the field. So while we have a timeout, we'll try to take one with them. 7 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the first half. Shiloh 12, Greenwood 7. You're watching Shiloh Christian Football.
Bowen Kemp Construction, your premier full-service construction partner based in Northwest Arkansas. We're the only regional firm offering pre-construction, construction, design build, and full commercial development services, including site selection. Backed by national experience and rooted in regional strength, we're committed to building exceptional spaces and lasting relationships. Your project will be seamless, safe, and on budget. Bowen Kemp Construction. Let's build something great together.
Welcome back to Greenwood, Arkansas. It's going to be 4th down for the Bulldogs at the Shiloh Christian 20-yard line in the second quarter. Saints 12, Greenwood 7, as Greenwood will face a 4th and 6. So after looking at that replay, it kind of felt like maybe it was more of an incomplete pass as we looked at it incomplete, but they ruled it a catch and down. Either way, Greenwood got the football back, and they got a little bit of yardage, so the call went the way of the Bulldogs there. 4th and 6, Saints showing an all-out blitz on the front line. Archer sees it. He's going to look to the sidelines and check it off. He's got Dunbar in the backfield for protection. Shiloh's got him all up on the line here. Archer's going to send Dunbar out to the flat. Eldridge is going to go get him. He's going to keep it. He's got a lot of room. To the 10, to the 5, breaks the tackle, and he leaps into the end zone. Touchdown. So they went empty in a quarterback draw, Cliff, and the quarterback, good job, Archer, for the touchdown.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a senior quarterback that just understands the game of football. We've seen it for 3 years here, 4 years. He started as a 9th grader, I believe. So this is just Kane Archer doing what he does best, reading the field and then just using his legs, and he's just getting better as the game is going on here, Billy. But unfortunately for the Saint defense, not able to contain Kane. And, man, what a wide open middle part of the field for Archer to run through.
Low snap, but the extra point is good. That's twice they've had a low snap. The holders dug it up, and they able to kick it through. So both teams have put it in the end zone twice, but Greenwood has got the point after touchdown on both occasions. Saints have not. 14-12, 7:37 left to go. And you see Saints missed a tackle at the 10, and Archer kind of got it into the end zone right there.
He wasn't hobbling as much on that run, Billy. He looked like he's getting some special meds over there on the sideline maybe, and he's not feeling pain. He is just getting better as the game goes on, which is a great sign for Greenwood. Not such a great sign for these Saints, as he's burned them on a few long runs to keep a drive going, and then what you saw right there, putting it in the end zone. So Shiloh now offensively has to come back and answer the touchdown.
It also kind of changes your game plan a little bit. You have to kind of account more for quarterback run if Archer's going to be able to do things like that as he did on that play. So Greenwood will kick it off with the lead now, 7:37 to go. And there's the kick. Shiloh's going to let it bounce at the 2. He's going to go through the end zone, a touchback. A Slaughter says he didn't want to return that one. So 7:37 to go. Greenwood 14, Shiloh 12 in the first half. Saints had a touchdown, long touchdown drive, really one of the longest drives of the night we've seen out of either team on their last possession. They'll start at the 20 here, 1st and 10.
So again, this Saint offense has done moved the ball pretty well on Greenwood, especially the last drive. Cole Creighton finished the drive 3 for 3, passing the ball. So he's kind of getting in a rhythm with his receivers as well.
Cole, play action to Eldridge. He wants to throw deep down the sidelines for Kemp, and he's got it at the 40 and out of bounds at the 39. So they burn the Greenwood defensive back there for big yardage all the way down. Saints have taken some big shots tonight, and they got a big one there all the way from their own 20 to the Greenwood 32 is where they'll mark him out of bounds. First down as Blaze McDaniel, the defensive back, got burned there.
Yeah, 48-yard pass completion there, Cole Creighton to Chandler Kemp.
Here's Max up the middle. Max breaks the tackle, 20. He hurdles a man to the 15, and is going to be brought down by the same DB right there, Blaze, at the 15. Saints have ripped off 2 big yards on this play. Actually, officially, the 16 is where they mark it. 1st and 10. Eldridge going to take another handoff, going right, breaks the tackle, the 10, just driving inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. It'll be right at the stick. They're going to give him the first down, a pickup of 10. 1st and goal, Shiloh at the 6-yard line. Beach is going to come out as Shiloh will make a quick sub and go with a little bit more power set right there. The sophomore running back, Charlie Kroll, is going to come in the game. Eldridge, he'll come in at tight end a little bit. Max in the backfield, 1st down and goal. We have a whistle, and I think Greenwood called a timeout. Let's see. Yep, it is a timeout. Saints are going fast. Greenwood used a good one.
That tempo, Shiloh has moved from their 20 down to the 6-yard line in how much time here? They started the drive at 7:37, so we're looking at 40 seconds. Shiloh has moved, what is that, about 80 minus 6, 74 yards in these 40 seconds. I mean, both these teams explosive offenses. You saw the big play being set up there with Creighton to Kemp for 48 yards, and in the past 2 runs by Eldridge of 13 and 10 have gotten on down to the Greenwood 6-yard line. Shiloh doing what they need to do when you have given up a score. come back and answer with a score. And we're starting to see a shootout that these two teams have traditionally played through the years. I mean, there's some big-time scores on both sides of the ball, of the field, through the years by these teams.
First and goal for the Saints. Handoff, Eldridge going right. Breaks one tackle and dives down to about the 1, maybe the 2. We'll see it works. Max with a good job right there. He was hitting the backfield and just being kind of stocky and powerful was able to push it down. They'll push it down, put it down at the 2. Second down and goal. Handoff Max one more time. He leaps. Did he get in? I think he did. No call. There it is. Touchdown, Shiloh. Had to wait a second, but it's a touchdown for the Saints. So Shiloh quickly, in a hurry, responds with a long pass to Kemp. So Shiloh will take the lead back now, 18-14. They'll go for 2 again to try to get some points back. The Saints have missed the first 2 extra points of the game, so have that awkward 18 number right now. We'll try to get it back within one of those anyway, try to make it 20-14. Got to get one of these here, though. Creighton rolls right, looking, fires. Oh, incomplete, I think, in the corner. I don't think Kemp could hold it. Nope, Kemp couldn't hold it. It was right in the back right corner of the end zone. Saints can't get it, so another extra point the Saints don't get, 18-14 with 6:32 left to go. As you see the run by Max Eldridge into the end zone, and the Saints will take an 18-14 lead. So we'll take a timeout. You're watching Shiloh Christian Football.
I think you're really going to like this one.
Oh, that's the one.
Perfect.
At Bassett, we know furniture is very personal. So we only make our true custom upholstery when you found the perfect combination of design options, your very personal style, and comfort. So it's a unique, one-of-a-kind, just-for-you look. Bassett, find your personal style.
Bassett Furniture, next to Target in Fayetteville. Go Saints!
Welcome back to Greenwood. Saints ready to kick it off. Aiden pulling with the kick. He's going to kick it deep this time. Canada's at the 1. He'll return it to the 5, 10, straight up the field, 15. Hurdles a man to the 20, trying to get outside. Does to the 30, then runs out of bounds at the 37-yard line, as Pullen, the kicker, will officially get credited for the tackle. So they put Canada back there for Davis, who was shaken up. Did not see Davis on the last drive. I'll try to look and see if there's 2 on the field as we come back out. So Shiloh defense trying to get a stop. 18-14, Shiloh leads. Greenwood ball, 6:24 to go in the first half. And so Cliff, boys, defense, hey, you can get a stop and hey, a chance for a 2-score lead here.
Yeah, but now you kind of got a quarterback that's really getting better, and Kane Archer in the backfield for Greenwood, who's not only just throwing the ball, but now he's running the ball. So you got to watch both of those strengths that he has.
Play action to Dunbar, fires in the flat. It's caught. Greenwood's going to be all the way up across to the midfield marker as they hit Rumble with a catch right there to midfield and a Greenwood first down. So 88 and blue didn't have a lot of catches last week, but Braden Rennick's had a few big ones there for Greenwood tonight at the 49. They'll send Raggio in an empty backfield. Archer fires. It's batted and deflected down, incomplete. Third deflection the Saints have had tonight on the defensive line. Good job there.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who knocked it down. It may be Corbin Miller, Corbin number 42, sophomore linebacker, got good size to him. Maybe Brody Francis, number 1 on the outside also.
2nd and 10. Greenwood with kind of a different look here with an eye. Raggio to the left. They'll send a man in motion. Power to the right here. They're going to run it to Raggio, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. He fumbled the ball, I think. Let's see, to the Saints. Well, Raggio may have gotten back on it. It looked like the ball was out for a second there. So at the 49.
Well, you're just on the edge of your seat, Billy. You want a fumble. You want a turnover here, don't you?
Man, I thought it came out for a second there. 3rd and 11. Saints with a chance to get off the field, though, halfway through the second quarter. Snap. Back to pass. Archer has great protection. Fires over to the right. It's going to be caught at the Shiloh 33. And then ripping for the ball there. It comes loose, but I think they're going to say he's down at the 32. Official was pretty adamant about calling that one quickly at the 32-yard line. Greenwood with a gain of 19 and a first down.
Yeah, and Kane Archer, again, just doing a great job, sitting in the pocket, letting his receivers find the open seam in the secondary, and then putting the ball right on the money to pick up the first down.
Well, hat tip to the offensive line of Greenwood. They gave him all day to throw that ball, and you give 8 all day, he's going to find an open guy. At the 32, blitz coming for the Saints. They hand it off Raggio to the 30, scoots through the 20, and he's down to about the 19 before Shiloh finally gets him on the ground, coming up from the safety spot to make the stop there, but all the way down inside, they were right at the 20, is Silas Nance making the stop. First down in the red zone.
11-yard pickup there right up the middle.
Archer fires out in the flat. It's caught at the 18 and then pulled down hard at the 15-yard line. So they have really gotten 88 and blue into the offense effectively tonight for Greenwood as Rennick makes the catch. So
Colton Miller, number 26, on the tackle there. But still a 5-yard gain on first down, Billy.
Yep, at the 15, second down 5. Saint defense has given up some yardage quickly to Greenwood right here on a drive as they try to respond. 18-14 our score. Handoff Raggio, big hitter. He's going to go to the 1, dives, and he's in. Touchdown Greenwood. So good job by Raggio as he quickly hit the hole up the middle. And Cliff, I got to tell you, the guy who's in charge of getting the lights, boy, he doesn't wait long. You see the hand and quickly the lights go out. But touchdown Greenwood.
Yeah, when that ball touches the white end zone line, fireworks, lights, it goes off immediately. They don't wait to see if there's any flags. They don't wait to see if his knee was down. When it's there, they shoot them off.
2018 now, Greenwood will try to add the extra point. 4:38, quick drive for the Bulldogs for the response. There's a snap, and the kicker boots it through. 21-18, Greenwood with the lead. 4:30 to go in the first half. As you'll see the replay, and give Raggio credit, he hit the hole hard and was able to quickly get in the end zone for Greenwood.
So what started out as a little slow here in the first quarter has really picked up in intensity in the second quarter, Billy. 21-18 Greenwood. Again, don't want to talk about it too much, but the Greenwood Bulldogs 71-game home winning streak here at Smith Robinson Stadium, going all the way back to 2014. That's what the Saints are trying to overcome tonight. A 29-game overall win streak by these Greenwood Bulldogs. Haven't lost since the state championship game against Pulaski Academy in 2022. But the big number is the first conference game here for both of these teams.
Saints are going to be forced to take this one. It's a super high kick at the 5 to the 10, 15-20, and they'll get out to about the 22-yard line. So a little bit better than if it had been a touchback. But the return, nonetheless, good high kick as Shiloh does it, return it there. They'll start at their own 22 on this possession, 1st and 10. 4:30 to go in half number 1. Saints have 2 timeouts, and Greenwood has 1. So we'll see if that has any play in the final 4.5 of the quarter. Saint offense in the same position they were a second ago, having to respond to a Greenwood Bulldog touchdown, and they've done that the last drive. We'll see if they can do it here. Cole back to pass, hit as he throws, deep down the right sidelines, intended for Slaughter, incomplete. They had 2 guys back there. I think there's a flag down somewhere, yep, at the 26. So we'll see, legal man downfield or maybe a hold on a receiver. We'll see what's going on. Legal man downfield against Shiloh, so they'll decline that penalty. 2nd and 10 coming up. Good pressure that time by Greenwood. That's the first time they've really gotten a clean hit on Cole Creighton. They got a good pop on him there. So 2nd down and 10 for the Saints. 4:24 to go in the first half. Been a good one here. Greenwood leads it by 3, 21-18. Creighton's going to carry this one out to about the 21-yard line. He'll actually lose a yard there, so 3rd and 11 coming up. Tried a little quarterback run, just couldn't get much going there, so 3rd and 10 will come 3rd and 11 for the Saints. Greenwood fans across the way, they're standing up making some noise, trying to cheer their defense on to a stop. Would be a big one after Greenwood took the lead back here in the first half. Greenwood won the toss and deferred, So they will get the ball to start the second half, which could be important if the Saints can't score here. Third down coming up. Greenwood really moving guys all over the defensive front, trying to show a different front. They've got 2 safeties, about 20 yards off the football. Creighton back to pass, looks, rolls right, Cole fires. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete at the 32-yard line. Saints fans wanted pass interference. Greenwood is going to get the deflection and the incompletion, so 3:27 to go, and it'll be punting time for the Saints.
Well, that's really, really tight coverage there on the Shiloh receiver, but no flag thrown as Greenwood's able to knock the ball away, and it'll be another punt situation for Shiloh deep in their territory, it looks like. Not what you want to do if you're Shiloh, given Greenwood over 3 minutes remaining here in the first half to get the ball back in Kane Archer's hands.
Bland back deep to take the punt. This is the best one from Creighton of the night. It's going to drive Bland all the way back to his 34. Comes up the field, and Brody Francis is going to rip him down at the 38-yard line. So great punt by Cole, maybe the best one of the season right there.
Yeah, nice tight spiral. And as you said, drove Bland back a little bit, but still pretty short field for Kane Archer and his Greenwood Bulldog offense. 3:17 remaining to a half, and really a key drive for this Saint defense, trying to stop a drive because you do not want to give up a score here. Greenwood extend the lead, knowing coming out of the half, as you said, Greenwood gets the ball back.
Yeah, so big possession here, knowing Greenwood could score and get it back to start the second half, and they take a 3-point lead. They'll send a man in motion short this way. They're going to hand it off Raggio. He's had some runs. He's at the 45 to midfield and finally ripped down at the Saint 48, but he's going to rip off a gain of 13 on that play to the Shiloh 48. First down. Raggio having a lot of running success right now for the Bulldogs.
He really is. He's a runner a lot like Max Eldridge is, and just kind of waiting and finding the seam and then using his speed to burst through it. But, man, picking up 13 yards on first down, too easy.
They'll shift Raggio to the left of Archer. Here, Saints show blitz. They hand it to Raggio up the middle, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. No time, nothing doing there. You could kind of see pre-snap, Raggio sort of had his hands on his knees, looked a little gassed after that last run. Saint defense greeted him quickly. No gain there at the 49. Second down and 10. Canada, who lipped off the field earlier, is the receiver to the near side for Greenwood, right at the midfield stripe. So he's back in, although there is no Champ Davis at this point.
Yeah, Raggio's done a good job of filling in for Davis.
Back to pass, going to fire a quick hitter to the 46-yard line as it's caught there by Cooper Bland. Picks up about 3. Saints got good pressure that time on Davis. He just kind of had to get rid Kane Archer had to get rid of it very quickly, and he did right there to the slot. 3rd and 7. Where the Saints want an incompletion here. Then you make Greenwood make a decision as the clock hits the 2-minute mark of the first half. Well, the Saints are going to help him out as Sander Hernandez jumped off sides. So that will hurt. It'll bring up 3rd down now and about 2 for Greenwood.
Yeah, and I still think it was probably 4-down territory for the Bulldogs at 3rd and long, but now you make it 3rd and short, and it's for certain 2 downs here to move the chains and keep the drive going.
So Archer's going to walk toward the sideline. Let's see if they're going to just run maybe a powerful. No, he's going to get the play call from the sideline. Play clock's at 14, so Greenwood's going to kind of have to hurry to get this off. 1:42 to go, clock running in the first half. Archer's going to have an empty backfield on 3rd down and 2. Play clock's at 3, 2, 1. They get it off at the snap. Archer fires, deflected and incomplete. Saints got a deflection, nearly caught off the deflection for the second time, so 4th and 2. Time Greenwood again, Quiff. They've tried the little quick hitter over the middle. Saints are doing a good job of getting their hands up.
He almost had an opportunity for a pick there, which would have been a great stop on this drive. But it brings up 4th and 2 for these Bulldogs. And, boy, I would just keep your eyes on Kane Archer here. He's used his legs to pick up first downs the past few drives. We'll see what he does here.
Raggio's back in. Hard count by Archer. Saints don't jump. 1:28 left to go. Archer tells the center to be patient as they're going to call a timeout. So 1:28 left to go in the first half. Greenwood 21, Shiloh 18 as the Bulldogs will burn what is their final timeout of the first half at the 41-yard line. While we've got a second, we'll do some sponsors of 2025 Shiloh Christian Football. Legendary level sponsors, Geo Services, Roush Companies, Mr. Sparky, the Frame Family. Elite level sponsors, Bassett Home Furnishing, Boeing Kep Construction, Chick-fil-A of Springdale. Champion level sponsors, Prism Pools and Outdoors, Firebrand, Arvest. Champion level sponsors, Reliable Poultry, Quality Millwork, Advanced Primary Care, Roush Companies, Tyking DDS, Harps Food Store, Stubbs Center for Cosmetic Surgery, Fastlane Entertainment, CR Crawford Construction, Smith & Davis Orthodontics, Osage Air, Wright's Barbecue, Backus Concrete, Midland Industrial Services, Prestige Home Health and Wellness, and Arkansas Children's Northwest. Our champion level sponsors of Saints football. 4th down and 2 for Greenwood at the Shiloh 41-yard line. Raggio's back in the game at running back. Greenwood's going to run trips to the right, looks like from a formation perspective. Canada, the tall wide receiver, to the far right. One-on-one coverage here. Raggio in the backfield. Greenwood's going to go, looks like a power look. They've got an extra offensive lineman in to the left. So this has all the signs of a run. We'll see if the Saints defense can stop it. Handoff, Raggio comes left, and he breaks a tackle and dives to the 37 and gets the first down. Well, give Raggio credit. He kind of had to leap a defender to get the first down. That's what he did. So Greenwood kind of showed their hand a little bit and did what they wanted to. They went power left and got the first down. Quickly changed the formation out. We'll go 2 receivers on either side. Raggio's going to empty out into an empty look here. Last time they did that, it was a quick hitter. In trouble, and down goes the quarterback at the 45-yard line is Kane Archer. So 1:01 left to go. Greenwood has no timeout, so the Bulldogs will have to go quickly. Archer, even with a hobbled knee, gets up and looks okay, though, after kind of being spun down hard there.
The Saint defense cannot give up anything deep, anything big here.
Back to pass, Archer. Blitz coming again. He's got great time. He's in trouble, going to roll away. Still rolling. Archer fires incomplete at the 30. Good job by the secondary for Shiloh. You see H.A. Yolanin having some words with a wide receiver of Greenwood as they're both talking a little bit out there. Probably a lot of that going on out here. So 3rd and 17 for Greenwood back at the 44. Again, a sack would be huge because Greenwood has no timeouts. Not in field goal range either, Cliff. So they're going to have to get either the field goal unit ready if they want to kick it and have kind of a hurry-up group. They won't be able to stop it and spike it.
Well, and I'm sure Kane knows this as a senior quarterback, senior leader that he is, but he's got to know that if he's about to go down, get rid of the ball, even if he's outside the pocket, throw out of bounds, stop the clock.
Empty backfield for Archer. He's done a good job when he's got pressure of just getting rid of it. Here comes pressure up the middle. Pulling nearly got him. He breaks 1 tackle, a 2nd tackle. He's still rolling. Now he's hit from behind and sacked at the 47-yard line. Well, there's the sack we wanted because that keeps the clock running. Greenwood can't stop it. Shiloh's going to stop it now with a timeout. The clock's still running, so they're going to have to reset this at some point. It's still running down to 15. I think they'll put it, I'm going to guess, Cliff, about 23, 24.
Yeah, well, you got a decision to make here if you're Coach Barnard. It's like, do we use a timeout, hopefully forcing a punt? Where this could backfire against Shiloh, and I don't think it will, but where it could backfire is if Greenwood elects to go for it here on 4th down. They've shown that they can pick up big yardage. If they were to pick up a big play here on 4th down, potentially even get it to the end zone, man, what a backfire that would be against Shiloh for stopping the clock. But, I mean, the prudent play is let's stop the clock, let's force a punt, let's have a little time on the clock. So offensively, maybe we can make something happen at the end of the half here.
And obviously Shiloh, known from an offensive perspective of hitting the big play deep down. So Cole Creighton, you've got a quarterback who can easily throw it 40 or 50 yards. Saints think they're going to punt. Greenwood's in punt formation. It's Cohen Beach back to the
That
receive.
is a smart play for Greenwood, is to punt it, not to try something here funny, because then you would give Shiloh a short field.
Now it is Braxton Canada, it looks like, back to punt for Greenwood. So he's an athletic player, could take off, do whatever. He's going to punt it. It's super high in the air. Beach is going to let it hit at the 15 to the 10 to the 5, rolling, and Greenwood's going to down it at the 1 with 13 seconds left to go in the first half. So Shiloh will have to kind of be careful here, not get a safety, make sure they get a good push up front and just get this ball out and end the half.
Yeah, Greenwood executing an end of the half punt exactly how they want to. You never want to punt it down the center of the field. I know that from my son Caleb punting through the years. You punt to different quadrants of the field, and Greenwood did a great job kicking to the right hash on the Shiloh side, getting a little roll, and then just the outside gunners for Greenwood getting down the field and downing it inside the 5-yard line.
Well, they officially put it at the 3, which is a lot better at the 1 than where it looked like from our angle. Again, give us a little Barrett's tonight with the angles. It is really tough to see from this angle we have here tonight. So Shiloh is going to scrimmage at the 3. Greenwood's got only 3 guys on the line. Got a feeling this is a Max Eldridge handoff, and it is. He gets the room. We'll see what Max can do here. The 10, the 15 to the 20, and they'll just try to rip it out of his arms as he gets up to the 25-yard line. 7 seconds left to go. Saints will use a timeout. I think they're going to use a timeout. They may be trying to run a play. Well, it's not going to matter. They started the clock before they ever set the football. I think the Saints are okay with that, of letting it go to the half, but
well, they had a long field to go with 7 seconds there, Billy, and you had the secondary for Greenwood way deep. It was going to be just impossible for Shiloh to get it and score there with that little time. But, man, what a first half. I mean, you see the score there. You see our Saints running off the field in their icy whites. They're playing great tonight, only down 3. And you've just got 2 very, very good teams. This is the kind of game you expect out of the number 1 and 2 teams in the state.
Yeah, you kind of took the words out of my mouth, Cliff. That's what I was going to say. It's number 1 and number 2. You'd expect a tight, close game. That's what you get. So halftime here at Smith Robinson Stadium, Greenwood 21, Shiloh 18. We'll be back with the second half of 2025 Shiloh Christian football. Bulldogs lead it by 3 at the half.
And now welcome to the field, the GHS dance team.
They call me Picasso the way that I painted my verse. Something like Coco, but I'm not afraid to kill a demon looking to hurt. This a product of the faith, yeah. Infinite and never fade, yeah. In my zone all day, elements of the grave, yeah. Interception, tell the devil never pass. I'll use all your dirty weapons, shoot them back, they call that gas. This is fuel for my obsession, this progression, this is gas. Catch me sleeping like a baby, all my bad dreams in the past, yeah. Hey. Wake up and I get it. Went from 0 to infinity. I know you feel it, this is my time now. It ain't finished, till it's finished, still in my zone. Yeah, still shine, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta keep going. Gotta keep grinding, even if you don't get the credit. I've been really on a dash, throwing touchdown pass, want my contract maxed. Yeah. I done multiplied it back, no division in my count. Y'all should really do the math. Yeah, the way that we do it, attracting the Judas, they watch how we move it. I tell you my circle, you say that you down and you gotta prove it. They say that I'm paranoid, I got my reasons. These voices in my head, they say I'm a loser and I gotta beat it. They don't make it this far where I'm from, yeah, yeah. Can't believe that we got up out the slums, yeah, yeah. Wake up in the morning, I'm getting it, cause you don't get nothing for sleeping in. I keep on killing it, that made me infamous, infinite.
Wake up and I get it. Went from 0 to infinity. I know you feel it, this is my time now. It ain't finished, tell it's finished, still in my zone. Yeah, still on my face, yeah, I've been crying out to ya, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, I got the spirit in me, you gon' see me shine, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Still in my zone. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Gave away the liquor, I'm sipping a smoothie, yo. Married to a saint, I ain't messing with groupie. Heal from all my traumas, my life is a movie, though. I only speak the truth when I get in the studio. They say,
oh, he done switched up the vibe. I seen that once, I seen that twice. Oh, he done switched up the life.
I ain't never going back this time I'ma keep it player like I'm supposed to do. Easy to be MVP when G.O.D. is coaching you. Things get rough, you gotta toughen up, boy, he be sculpting you. Feeling my emotions, you get motion when he's molding you. Okay, dog, I came from the dirt, Kool-Aid stains on the shirt. If you force it, but it ain't what's meant for you, then it will work. Ain't gotta see if I still got it, I'm with wifey and we flirt. Everything is natural, we at the crib when she get birthed. I'm a smooth operator, ain't got doppelgangers. Only one that's like me, homie, how can you a hater? I said bye, see you later, sign it, ain't no waiver. Now we moving major, only constant is a change up. I said,
oh, he done switched up the vibe. I seen that once, I seen that twice. Oh, he done switched up the life.
I ain't never going back this time, I'ma lead it, switch up. 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 I ain't never going back this time, I'ma lead it, switch up. Gave away the gear and the ego is beautiful. Would love to come and kick it, I'm on daddy duty though. So much more to living than gripping the booty. Whoa, y'all be out here running around with the cooties though. I'm like,
oh, he done switched up the vibe. I seen that once, I seen that twice. Oh, he done switched up the life.
I ain't never going back this time I'ma pop out, top down, buy the whole block out. College dropout, been rapping since college dropout. At my pop's house, I thought I was Lil Bow Wow. Have faith in me, I'm giving it up to God now. Stop how, you don't believe, that's just a cop out. Miracles happening like when Nate Rob blocked out. It's already done, that's why I don't ever got out. Do it cause I'm chosen till the day that I clocked out. I'm a smooth operator, ain't got doppelgangers. Only one that's like me, homie, how can you a hater? I said bye, see you later, sign it, ain't no waiver. Now we moving major, only constant is a change up. I said,
oh, he done switched up the vibe. I seen that once, I seen that twice. Oh, he done switched up the life.
I ain't never going back this time, I'ma lead it, switch up.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. The sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Baby in my arms, walking through the neighborhood. Living in the present, not what I shoulda or coulda. I remember back when I was low as a rug. Now I'm standing up, look at what my father does. Turning all things through. Hear the church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that. I'm about to have a good day, no matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me, birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day in every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. It's a good day, no, it's great. Everything I prayed for didn't come in late. I got all I need and I didn't have to wait. Ask me if you love me, you didn't hesitate. Turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that. I'm about to have a good day, no matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me, birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day in every single way. God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no luck. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Whoa. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no luck. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up like my name Lazarus. No Satan gon' be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to swing my bat at this. He said, boy, if I picture this out of the park, moving so quick it's like they stuck in park. They see the numbers, but I see the heart. 10,000 hours you spent in the dark, putting in good work, even though you didn't even know that it would work. Talking about a man who grew up in woodwork, do it for the love of it, that's the way it should work. Yeah, yeah. I know some people gon' look at me crazy and I'm like, for what? Man, I was stuck, I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm down, now I'm up like a seesaw. When I'm on a beat like an old man's lawn, better keep off. From the ground to the treetops, got clouds on my feet like Jack and the Beast. I jumped off quick, went straight in a free fall. Cowboy hat and a mic singing yeehaw. Landed on my feet like a feline, put them back in the seat like a recline. Ay, what you mean I'm not worthy? Did it with a purpose, didn't need a permit. Digging from the bottom and I brought it to the surface. Mind your business now, who I worship. Who the little guy making big, big, big moves. Tick-tock, turn it to a tick, 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 boom. Yeah, I talk a lot of stuff, probably thought it was a bluff, till I went and turned it where I was down, but now I'm up, up. Let's go. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up.
I told my mama it's gonna be okay. Papa told me it's gonna be okay. I just pray that I'm walking in faith. Any other way is not the way. I've been on the run a lot of days, trying to fill my heart with other gonna be okay. I'm not my dad, I'll die a different way. Break out of this curse and walk in faith. Daily we paving these better days. I've been on the rock, I've been praising God. New vision in my eyes, brought me back to life. All of my demons waving goodbye. Watching this heaven fall down inside. All my life I've been running wild. How I end up the problem child. I've been hurting and pain went viral. Ooh, child, where did your mind go now? Mama told me to turn that down. I've been hurting and pain went viral. I guess I'm the problem child. I'm the problem child. Save me, come save me. Save me, won't somebody save me? Save me, come save me. Save me, save me. Wrapped in amazing, amazing grace, so amazing. Yeah, yeah, nah, 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 that's amazing. Somebody save me, somebody save me. Somebody, Jesus, please save me. If I ascend to the heavens, I know you'll be there. Make my bed in the depths, I know you'll be there. Oh, they wanna take my life, but I already gave it away. Pain always comes in the night, but joy comes in the day. I can't be what they want, but I could always do it for you. I can't see the sun, but I know it's shining through. If I ascend to the heavens, I know you'll be there. Make my bed in the depths, I know you'll be there. Ooh, I know you'll be there. Ooh, 'cause you said you'd be there. Night's gonna shine like day. Dark isn't darkness to you. Light's gonna guide my way. The only place I found it was truth. If I'm gonna sing to the nations, I'll testify of all that you do. Curses upon generations, they all break away when it's you. If I ascend to the heavens, I know you'll be there. Make my bed in the depths, I know you'll be there. Ooh, I know you'll be there. Ooh, 'cause you said you'd be there. 'Cause you said you'd be there. Ooh, 'cause you said you'd be there.
Beat,
get it right, tell me why every night I be in the booth, gotta lift the name up. I've been done smoking on plugs with the homies since I figured out the cup was so much better than drugs. They ain't really rocking with what I got in my cup. Got that living water and I keep on filling up. Take another sip, I'm overflowing with the dripping. If I do it for the kingdom, so minded when I'm up. Every night I feel alive when the light hit my eyes, reject my flesh, then my heart fills up. If I'm right, then I'm right, I'ma rise up with my family and my friends, so the ones that I love. Everybody wanna know what drug I'm on. You don't really wanna know the drug I'm on. Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. Ain't it right when they think I'm gonna fall like a Canaanite? Wanna go against God, that's a bad fight. Like you're trying to throw a fist in a ball fight. Ain't no win against Yahweh, you can do it your way. But I know idols fall, you can't play. This ain't Xbox in control. Boy, you bet not. Heaven gon' fade and the earth gon' fall. But the God that I serve in control of it all. Heaven gon' fade and the earth gon' fall. But the word of my God gonna last through it all. Yeah, Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. Boy, I'm really on that. Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. You better pop off, drop bones, lost cars, lead them all off course. What is your goal? Wanna be a rock star, live for the montage. You don't wanna play at the concert, your soul. You don't know the love of my God. There ain't no end of my God. Couldn't even enter his door until Christ he died. Then he had to rise, he's Yah. Sending my praise up, healing my bad heart. I was in a rough spot till I let go. Enemy had my neck in a chokehold till I met the Father and he saved my soul. Boy, I'm really on that. Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing.
Well, that was fun. Anybody up for a Bible study? No?
We welcome you back to Smith Robinson Stadium in Greenwood, Arkansas, where at the halftime, the number one ranked Bulldogs of the Greenwood lead 21, Shiloh 18 at the half. Been a great first half. We saw an interception of Kane Archer early in the game. Saints were able to capitalize and drive down the field and score. Defense got a big stop at the end of the first half, but the difference early in this game, 3 extra points. The Saints missed the first one, had it blocked. They went for 2 twice, and it came up empty on both of those. That's the difference in this game, 21-18, as we're about a minute and a half away from starting the second half. And Cliff, you got some stats on Cole Creighton for us.
Yeah, Cole, not a great first half stat-wise when you compare it to the previous 3 non-conference games that he's just been lighting it up, but he's facing a really potent defense here in these Greenwood Bulldogs. But Cole, 6 of 15 passing for 126 yards, 1 touchdown. Leading receiver, Chandler Kemp, 3 receptions for 92 yards, 1 touchdown for Chandler Kemp, the senior receiver. Leading rusher, the sophomore, number 0, Max Eldridge, 12 carries for 77 yards and 1 touchdown of his own. So, stat-wise, Shiloh not putting up the big-time numbers that we saw last week against Bethany in a 72-0 win, or against Lincoln Christian or Little Rock Christian, but you're facing really a different type of opponent here that is very disciplined on the defensive side. They do a great job in tackling at the point of contact. They do a great job of just using their quickness and filling in the gaps there in the defensive side. And that has caused some issues for the Saints offensively at times. But Cole Creighton has found, again, Chandler Kemp on a couple big plays, a 37-yarder and a 48-yarder there in the first half. We would like to see more of that here in the second half. But you see there, Aiden Pullen spotting the ball there on the 40-yard line. The Saints will kick off. They are kicking from north to south. They are kicking to the Greenwood Bulldogs as the Bulldogs will have the ball here to start the second half.
So Pullen's kick going to bounce at the 10. Canada's going to knock it down to the 5, going to pick it up and run up the field, and he's going to be taken off his feet at the 17. So the high bounce really, really helped Shiloh right there as it limited Canada's return, and we'll start Greenwood inside the 15. While we've got a quick second, we'll give you some updated scores from around the 6A West. They're late in the third quarter to Mountain Home. Southside and Mountain Home are 15. 15, Lake Hamilton leads Siloam Springs 23-6 at halftime, and in the third quarter, Van Buren leads Russellville 22-21. So Russellville looking for their first win, playing well on the road at Van Buren. So we'll keep an eye on that Southside Mountain Home game, as that Mountain Home is our opponent next week. So Kane Archer, who had a great first half outside of the one pick, despite kind of just toughing it out right there. Quick pass out in the flat. It's caught the 20. Big roll, 25-30. Costs the 30 to the 31. Greenwood kind of pops us right there with a quick one right off the bat as they get it up to 88. Rennick, who has been a tremendous player tonight for Greenwood's not a guy who's had a lot of catches on the year, but in the absence of Champ Davis, he's jumped in and filled in correctly. First and 10, Greenwood at the 31-yard line. Archer looks, going to throw the bubble this way, caught and breaks one tackle, a second tackle, but that's it. Then pushed back down. Took a while to blow the whistle there, but thrown down is number 1, Cooper Bland. So Saints, to their credit tonight, Cliff, the bubble screen that Greenwood loves, we've done a good job defending that.
Yeah, Shiloh really has on the bubble, as you said, but, man, they've had some open receivers cutting across the middle that Shiloh has just avoided, because I think they're just protecting the outside. Kane Archer, the quarterback, has done a great job of finding the receivers open there in the middle of the field.
2nd and 8, handoff Raggio coming this way, trying to bounce it outside. He can't do it. Taken off by Alex Eldridge. We'll see where they spot it, but I think he's going to lose yardage here. It's 3rd down.
Well, Max just shot the gap and made the tackle. Does a great job. Little undersized there at the linebacker position, but you see he uses every ounce of his body and his strength and speed to make the tackle.
Officially no gain, 3rd and 8. Saints defense trying to get a quick early stop. Archer has a man in his face. He's hit. He throws it. It's caught by Raggio at the 35, and Raggio's up to the 40-yard line. He's going to be close to the first down marker. I think he's a little short. And Kane Archer, who got hit, is down on the ground at the 18-yard line and having a hard time getting back up. So the Saints had a man free. Archer going to get back up. He'll go to the sidelines. We'll see how quickly. So, you know, Cliff, we look at this game. Raggio's limping. Champ Davis is out. You see the quarterback Archer there. He's going to have to sit out a play. The Saints have had players banged up. This is a physical, tough football game both ways.
It really is, but you see guys just stepping up and making plays, just like you saw from senior quarterback Kane Archer for Greenwood, sitting in the pocket, waiting, knowing he's going to get hit. Wait till the last minute, releasing the ball, and picks up a big gain for the Bulldogs. It looks like they're going for it on 4th down here.
Cruz Coatney in at quarterback. He's got Raggio to his right, 4th and 2, and Greenwood calls a timeout. Saints don't jump off sides, so mark that down. 10:06 to go in the third quarter.
Well,
Greenwood waste a timeout.
Let me ask you this, Billy. If Greenwood calls the timeout there, can Kane come back in and play this play? The clock stopped for his injury. Medical staff came out to help him.
I believe that play has to happen before he can come back. It's not like a helmet coming off where a player could come back. I believe rules.
I mean, I believe so. I believe you're right also, and I agree with you. But I don't know the rules in depth that much. But I just thought maybe they're calling a timeout here and then get Kane, their quarterback, back on the field.
Well, one thing about it, Archer is going to, he'll be back in as fast as you can possibly get him back in.
Well, he tried to stay in after that play.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a senior with a D1 scholarship, Cliff.
Well,
you know he's a great player.
Looks like Greenwood's lined up to punt here.
Hey, watch the fake, Cliff. That's the first thing that pops in my head. Watch the fake. 10:06 to go. Saint defense appears to have a stop, but it's 4th and 2.
It'd be a gutsy call if you did a fake here, hike it to the up man. Saint defensive line's got to be ready.
He goes back to the kicker, and Canada kicks it away. High, great kick. Beach is going to call for the fair catch and fall to the ground at the 23-yard line. But, hey, get on your feet, Saints fans, for your defense right there. 3 and out to start the second half.
Yeah, Silas Nance on the reception there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
9.
Silas, not Beach. Okay,
So
yeah.
good job by Silas Nance to not let it bounce and potentially give Greenwood extra yardage. Take Shiloh back to the hole. But the Saint defense did what they needed to do coming out of the half.
That is interesting.
Forced a punt.
Yeah, Cliff, I believe that's the first punt return Silas has had all year. So he's a great rebounder in basketball, though. He can go up and get a ball for you. So at the 23, 1st and 10, Shiloh, you really want to go score here. You've got to stop. Let's see if you can wrestle the momentum completely away. There's the aforementioned Beach in motion. Whistle, and we have an offsides on Greenwood. So they jumped when the Saints came in motion. So that'll give them 5 yards, and it'll be a 1st and 5. So a little bit of a good start as the Greenwood defense jumps off sides. And so, Cliff, one thing, the Greenwood defense has given up a lot of points. They seem to just be playing a really deep coverage, trying to keep things in front of them tonight as best as possible. Kind of a cover 3 look right here for Greenwood as they have a man in the middle. Handoff coming this way is Max. He's going to get to the 30 and he's going to be taken off his feet at the 31. It's a little bit shy of the first down. He needed to get out to about the 33. So we'll give Max a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and short coming up for the Saints. 9:43 to go. Clock running, 3rd quarter. Greenwood a 3 and out to start the quarter. Saints trying to get it on a 2nd and 2. Snap, handoff, Eldridge coming this way. Max has got the first down. He nearly gets his head ripped off at the 37-yard line, but he stays on his feet and just keeps going. So Max with a tough hit there as the defender kind of like got him by the top of the helmet and pulled downward, but did not grab the face mask, at least according to the official. Either way, 1st down, Saints at the 37, maybe 38-yard line. Kind of ball's right in the middle there. But it's a 1st down. It's a big one. Kind of gets us going to start this drive here early in the 3rd quarter. Saint offensive line thinking a blitz is coming, kind of adjust their protection. Cole fires. Out route is incomplete to Kemp, and he gets thrown down hard after the play at the 45-yard line by 22 for Greenwood, the cornerback. That's Blaze McDaniel who gave up the big play there. Really aggressive coming up on Kemp there. 2nd down and 10.
You know, Chandler has had a great night catching the ball, 3 receptions for 92 yards, but he's missed some because the coverage has just been so tight and the defender just knocking the ball out of his hands. So I would keep going to him.
Rolling this way is Cole. Fires out. It's bobbled and incomplete, intended for Eldridge at the 42-yard line. Max couldn't haul that one in. So good pressure by Greenwood there. Made Cole roll out, kind of changed his depth a little bit in the rollout, and Saints couldn't convert. 3rd down and 10 coming up. So Shiloh wants to convert here. Greenwood fans across the way kind of standing up, making some noise for their defenses. Both defenses trying to come up big early in the 3rd quarter.
You know, Coach Young for Greenwood is loving this pass defense for the Bulldogs. They have held Cole Creighton in check, only 6 of 17.
Cole's going to run it here, and he gets to the 40, and that's it. Taken down after a small gain, so 4th down coming up. Now we'll see if the Saints want to be aggressive and go for it here, maybe thinking run the ball on 3rd down to go through. So they're going to bring in a different unit. It looks like Shiloh's going to punt, so Greenwood will change and go back as well. So Creighton, remember, he is the kicker and quarterback, so a fake is always on the table as long as Cole's in the game. Very short is the return man Bland. He's only at the 38-yard line. Cole kicked it way over his head if he does that last time. Shiloh's going to fake it. Cole back to pass, throws it down the left sideline, intended for Kemp, and it's actually intercepted at the, they say he's out of bounds. Well, that's a big break for Greenwood, so they're going to get the ball back at the Shiloh 40. Man, the Saint coaching staff is all over him, and that looked like a interception. We'll see if our guys in the booth can get a replay of that one. Yeah, here's the replay coming. So the Saints fake it on 4th down and come up empty, but the question was it an interception or not?
It's an interception, but it looked like the foot maybe was slightly in the white of the out of bounds, Billy, but man.
At the 41, turn it over and downs.
That's when you want the interception to happen.
Yeah, you wanted the pick there to get the field position. Instead, Greenwood at the 40. So both defenses come up big to start. Raggio running the left side, sneaks his way through to the 34-yard line. Good run by Raggio. as he rips off 6 on first down. One of the things Greenwood's so good on offense of staying ahead of the chains, and they do that right there. They just don't commit penalties, stay ahead of the chains. 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, they definitely had a lot of success on first down, and it just
Raggio hit at the line by Hernandez and another Saint. He's going to fall forward for a yard, maybe 2. So it's going to be 3rd down, 1, maybe 2 coming up. The guy with the down marker just keeps inching forward a little bit. So 3rd and 1 for Greenwood at the 32.5 maybe for the Saints. Raggio's in the backfield. We'll see if they hand him the football here. They do, straight ahead. He has the first down, and it's going to be chopped down at the 26-yard line. But a good first down as Greenwood's able to keep it running, and I think Raggio's a little slow in getting up. He's had a lot of carries tonight.
Well, he's had a tough night, too. I mean, he's been hit. Now, he's gotten a lot of yardage, but when he's been tackled, not big in stature, kind of like Max Eldridge is for us, when he gets hit hard.
Trips for Greenwood. They'll send Bland in motion to the left. Snap. Raggio coming this way. Cuts inside to the 30. Still on his feet down the sideline. He's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10. And it looks like about the 3 or 4. So Raggio just got loose and gets a first down and goal for Greenwood at the 3. Now this is a big touchdown if Greenwood could get it, because for the first time tonight it would be a 2-score game.
You know, Raggio Billy comes into the game. He's played 3 games this season so far. Averages 18 yards per game. He's had a big night against the Saint defense tonight.
He stepped up big with the absence of Davis and an injured quarterback. There's a handoff. Raggio, he goes into the end zone for a touchdown as he got hit, but he was a yard deep in the end zone before he got even touched right there. So about halfway through the 3rd quarter, Greenwood, for the first time tonight, extends it to a 2-score game at 27-18, and they'll line up for the extra point to try to make it a 10-point game at 28-18. So good job by Greenwood. They're the first one to get on the board in the second half.
Yeah, Shiloh did a great job of stopping Greenwood on their first drive coming out of the half, and then Shiloh on their first drive could not move it down the field. They end up throwing an interception or out of bounds interception as the kick is up and good for a 28-18 lead there. You'll see Raggio here just follow his big offensive line over the middle, and then just kind of jumps in, finds the crease there, does a great job of running the ball tonight. And as you said, they're the first to put points on the board here in the second half. So now Shiloh faces a 10-point deficit, a two-possession deficit here that this drive is very, very critical for the Saints now after giving up the score.
Yeah, you definitely want to answer here is about halfway through the 3rd quarter. So good job by Greenwood again, as they're the first to get on the board here in the second half of this game. So we do see Mountain Home has taken the lead 22-15 over Southside, as that game is late in the 3rd quarter of that game. About 1:58 left to go. So Mountain Home actually in scoring position again. They'll be our opponent next week as they'll come to Champion Stadium. There's a kick. It's going to go over Slaughter's head into the end zone and through the end zone, a touchback. So Saints will start from their own 20 with 6:30 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Saint offense trying to get some points on the board. Our Super Saint level sponsors of 2025 Shiloh Christian Football, Family Legacy Planning, PRZ, CPA and Advisors, Sims and Renner Insurance, Burn Boot Camp of Fayetteville and Springdale, Goldfish Swim School, Canis, Rogers Insurance ANKR, Black Hive Corporation, Body Balance, First National Bank, Retriever Academy, AR Care, Elite Masonry, and Starwood Customs. Some of our 2025 Super Saint level sponsors of Shiloh Christian Football. 6:30 to go, 3rd quarter. Greenwood with their biggest lead of the night now. They lead it 28-18 over the Saints. Slaughter in motion, looks this way. They fire it to Slaughter, caught at the 20 to the 25, and Zane's going to be knocked down at the 26-yard line. So, Cliff, correct me if I'm wrong, that may be Zane's first reception of the night.
Actually, it's his 3rd, Billy.
His 3rd. I missed 2. Okay.
Yeah, very early in the game, Zane had an 11-yard catch and a 10-yard catch,
okay,
but he's been pretty quiet since then.
Yeah, I knew it had been a while since Zane had touched the ball. Good job of getting it in her playmaker's hands right there. Cole back to pass. has time, fires this say. It's caught by Kemp at the 34. He's pushed and spun out of bounds at the 34-yard line, but that'll move the chains for a first down. 5:59 to go here in the quarter. Saints need a touchdown. Down 10, biggest deficit of the night. Shiloh goes quickly before Greenwood's even set. Cole fires over the middle. Great pass. It's caught by Beach at the 40-yard line. Cole put that in the only place it could be caught, up to the 40. They'll rip off about 6. Second down and 4 coming up for Shiloh. Shiloh went very quickly on the last play. Greenwood was still scrambling to get defenders in motion there. Cole fires out. Kemp caught the 47, 48-yard line. That'll be a first down and move the chain. So quick passing game been effective right here for Cole Creighton and the Saint offense as they have moved the ball to the 48-yard line. Still on their side of the field, but a first down coming up. Greenwood's shuffling players off the field. They don't get the player off the field, but there's no flag as Creighton's going to run it, and he gets down to the 46-yard line. Big break there for Greenwood. They had a player who was 3 yards still on the field on the snap. You can hear some of the Saint fans just frustrated by that one in the stands. Greenwood with a break there. So instead of a 1st and 5, you wind up with a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, pretty easy call there anytime a player's running off the field and the play happens, but not flagged.
2nd down and 4. Back to pass, Creighton. Quick hitter this way. Diving catch at the 40-yard line. It's going to be a first down there as Shiloh's been really intentional to get 3 the football on this drive. Doing a good job. 3 and 11, 2. All 3 receivers have made some good catches for the Saints. Eldridge's game as Bodenstein will check in as a tight end to the right here. 4:43 to go quarter. Back to pass, Cole. There's a flag. It's going to be an incomplete back shoulder attempt for Beach. So we have a flag down at the right at the line of scrimmage. So decent chance this may be a hold. We'll see. So that will back us up 10 yards back to midfield. So it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Saints, needing to get to the 30 of Greenwood for a first down.
Only Shiloh's 5th penalty of the night. We've been penalized a lot in the first 3 games of the season. Shiloh doing a lot better job with the flags tonight.
Handoff of the middle, Eldridge. Max, big run to the 42, and he spins away. Takes a big shot at the 41-yard line, but Max gets up. So good run there, about 9 yards for the Saints. And we've got, well, I thought we had an offensive lineman who was kind of slow to get back up, but he looks like he's going to be okay. So gain of 9, that helps a lot, though. You kind of get out of the hole a little bit. 2nd and 11, 4:10 to go. Clock running here in the second half, third quarter. Greenwood, biggest lead up 10. Creighton back to pass, fires out route. It's bobbled and incomplete. Kemp had to come back to kind of knock it away.
Yeah, it could have been picked there a little bit by the defender there for Greenwood, but Chandler able to knock it out of bounds, not allow the defender to make a play on it. Brings up 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 here for these Saints. A drive that with 3:59 remaining here in the third quarter, down 2 scores. Boy, this is a drive you need to keep going.
3rd and 11. You really want positive yards here. That's what Saints are thinking is Eldridge is going to rip off about 7 before he's brought down. So you kind of knew you were going for it on 4th down. You just wanted to make it as manageable as possible as Max is able to get about 7. So 4th down and a long 4 coming up for the Saints. But one of the biggest plays of the game right here, Cliff.
It really is. 4th and 5. I'll call 4th and 5. That'll make it for sure a first down. 4th and 4. It's going to be close. Let's get 5 yards here. On that 7-yard carry by Max, 16 carries, puts him over 100 yards, 105 yards for Max Eldridge.
Empty backfield. Cole with a hard count. They don't jump. Play clock's at 6. Saints are going to kind of have to move to get this off. At 3, 2, there's a snap, and
there's a flag thrown on the far side of the field. There must have been movement. Play clock had not expired.
It's a false start.
Wow.
Wow, I don't know what that was, Cliff.
Well, no, they called false start.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I don't know who moved. I I didn't see anything obvious there.
It's thrown from the far side. From our angle, it's tough to see over here if somebody just flinched just a little bit. But Shiloh's going for it anyway. He just brings that fourth and a little bit longer now, 4th and 9.
3:05 to go. The clock will restart after the penalty.
This is a 4th down. These Saints need to convert.
Play clock's at 8, and Shiloh's going to have to burn a timeout. I don't think they like the play call with the setup that they had.
Greenwood walking off the field there during the timeout, firing their fans up. Again, you just got two heavyweights in Class 6A here in the state of Arkansas going head-to-head. Right now, Greenwood's protecting their 71-game home winning streak, their 29-game win streak in a row. They're protecting it here on their home field, 2:53 remaining. Saints down 10. This is a drive Shiloh needs to keep going. Put points on the board every possession here in the second half if they want to have any shot of upsetting the number 1 team in the state.
Yeah, Saint defense has done a pretty good job holding Greenwood down a little bit, but offense has got to respond here on a 4th down and 10 coming up.
And you know, Billy, regardless of what happens in this game tonight, it's been a great series. Now, Greenwood has owned it, 9-3 all time. Greenwood has 9 wins, Shiloh only 3, but the Saints have competed in many of these contests. It's been tight through the years. This series may end after this season. We'll talk more about that here in the 4th quarter as the game goes on. Big 4th down for the Saints.
So at the 39, 4th and 9, Saints got to get a first down of some sort. Slider in motion across the formation. Cole in trouble, breaks away from one. He backpedals, he throws, it's caught, and fighting Slider, he gets the first down. What a play by Creighton and Slider. Saints just make a play when they had to have it. 2:45 to go. First down Shiloh as they move it into Greenwood territory. Quickly, Saints go, snap, handoff. Coming this way is Eldridge. He's going to plow to the 25, 24. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So a gain of about 2, maybe 3. It'll be second down coming up for Saints, but a big 4th down conversion in this game.
Looks like we have St. Lyman down, maybe a cramp there. But, you know, we've seen Kane Archer in the first half make some incredible escapes out of the pocket and turn and throw, make a play, keep a drive going. And what does Cole Creighton do? He makes his own special play. You see the St. Lineman getting stretched out there. Hopefully it's just a cramp. But, boy, the Saints really needed to pick up that first down to keep this drive going. But I'm talking about what a great series. Again, Greenwood owns a 9-3 lead in this series all time. But there's talk about if Shiloh were to move up after this season based on their competitive equity deal, Billy. And then there's talk of Greenwood moving down because of
crazy if you think about
their school attendance and the size of their school moving down from 6A to 5A. My goodness, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's crazy that that's what the rules are, but it would be crazy if these two teams don't continue to play, even if they're not in conference, play non-conference game together. Two great schools, two great fan bases. As you can see tonight, the stands are packed as you look across the field there. If you look at the Shiloh side, we are packed out.
There's nowhere else to sit on either side.
I mean, we've got some room here in the press box where we're at if people needed to come, but man, just would be interesting if we move up and they move down.
Yeah, it's and that's the looking likelihood that Greenwood, there would be the team that would go down if the Saints go up to 7A, which would include winning a playoff game in the playoffs, and getting to the playoffs would be a big win right here if the Saints could do that, because the winner of this game would certainly be in a great shape to get that number 1 seed in home field throughout. It's a long way to think about down off, but something that's important. Eldridge is going to take the play action. There's a pass out in the flat. It's intercepted by Greenwood. It was deflected, so they jump the out route for Slaughter and pick it off. So the Greenwood defense comes up with a big play as they get the deflected interception, and up 10, Greenwood makes a play on defense as it's intercepted right there. As you see that number 1, Cooper Bland, making the pick call right there. But a ball just out in the flat, Greenwood's able to jump the route and get the pick.
First turnover of the night for the Saints, and it just came at a Very, very critical time in this game. Again, the third quarter winding down, 2:19 remaining. Shiloh driving down the field, just picked up a big fourth down to convert for a first down, and now they turn the ball over, puts a lot of pressure on the Saint defense.
Raggio's in the backfield. He's going to hand off coming this way. Breaks through again, and he's up to the 39-yard line. So 38's where he'll save down, but a gain of 9.
Yeah, just just a big gain there on first down. Corbin Miller, helmet comes off. He's got to come off the field for one play here. But again, Greenwood has done a great job. They move it back a yard, so picked up first down, or 8 yards on first down there. They've done a great job on first down all night long.
Max Eldridge will replace Corbin. Obviously, Max plays a lot of defense. They're going to hand Raggio again. He's to the 43-44, but that's a first down as Miller will come back in. But, you know, Cliff, you mentioned Raggio's not had a lot of rushing yards this year, and because of the running of Archer, well, that's not been an option as much tonight with the injury, but he has been able to kind of pick up the slack for Greenwood.
In 3 games, only has 54 total yards rushing, so he's well eclipsed that tonight just in this one game.
Saints really crowd the line of scrimmage here as Raggio's going to run it on the left side. Great push, and he's all the way down to the 47-yard line. So Raggio rips off about 7 or 8 more right there, and it's bring up second down and short for Greenwood. So Bulldogs getting it done with the offensive line.
Well, and they're seeing they're liking the left side. They love their offense, the big offensive linemen. They're on the left side. You see 53, you see 60. Well, that's on the right side. That's the center, but 73 over there, just big linemen that they're getting a push on our defensive line on the end over there. Raggio's having a big night because of it.
Handoff this time, it's the other back who's going to dive to the 40-yard line, but another big run, just kind of inside zone running. That time Dunbar, who had most of the carries early, is to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, and this is just what Greenwood's going to do. You got 2-score lead. Man, you're just going to keep running this ball. You're having great success, picking up 6, 7, 8 yards every rush. Why would you change it? When Shiloh closes those gaps and stops guys in the backfield, maybe you change something up there. But when you're having this kind of success, keep doing it.
Archer, he's going to throw a quick bob pass out this way. It's going to be hit at the 43 and then goes down there, so nothing doing. That time we finally got Riddick, who's had a good game on the ground. But Greenwood's going to have a little bit second down and long here. After the pass, they don't have to run another play. They'll let the third quarter clock run out. So that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Greenwood gets the only score of the third quarter, a touchdown and extra point, and it's 28-18 after 3 quarters. And so Cliff, defense got to get a start here. 2nd and 10 to start the fourth quarter, got to get a stop.
Boy, we got to, and we need to get the ball back. And so you're entering the point of the game. We're starting the fourth quarter, down 2 scores. We got to get a turnover. You know, if the ball's in the air, let's go make a pick. If the ball is running up, let's go knock it out and get the ball back, get it in our offense's hands. I feel like offensively we can have success and put it in the end zone, but, man, defensively, we've got to make something happen here. We cannot let Greenwood run. There's only 12 minutes left in this game, Billy. I mean, we cannot let them take another 3 or 4 minutes and put it in the end zone. That would just be very, very difficult for Shiloh if we want to come back here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Greenwood's done a good job of really ball controlling the offense tonight. Not really typically their MO. They like to go as fast as possible, but been a little more patient tonight, trying to get in the right set, running the football. Doing that at the 41-yard line is where Greenwood will have 2nd and 10 to start the fourth quarter. Didn't really mention this in pregame, but the flag is completely limp on the far south end zone, so wind no factor tonight at all in this game. 41 is where Greenwood will have it, 2nd down. Trips to the left, Archer in an empty backfield with 2 receivers to his right. Hard count, there's a snap, going to throw the quick hitter. It's going to be caught at the 37 and then taken down immediately right there by Zach Rowe. That looked like Raggio just that time out of the backfield. They put him in the little quick slot, so he just kind of does what he does. He just kind of gets 3 or 4 yards down the field, and they just hit him with a quick hitter. Third down for Greenwood and 6. Archer takes the snap, looks left, looks right, pocket breaks down. He's going to run to the 35, and he slides to the 31. He's short of the first down, though, so it's going to be 4th down and a long one. Xander Hernandez comes off kind of limping for the Saints. Now, it's where he starts his slide, he's go down, so they're going to mark him back closer to the 32. It's going to be 4th down and 2 for Greenwood. Raggio will be to the right. Got to be shocked if he doesn't get the carry here, the way they've been effective running the football. Archer's going to send his man Bland in motion, a little bit tighter formation. It's actually going to be Archer straight ahead. He's close. Inside the 30, I think he got it. He did. Didn't need much and got just barely enough.
Yeah, didn't need more than a yard, and he got about 2. So it is just tough. You see Archer just, boy, he has played his heart out tonight. I mean, not 100% running the ball, but a little shaky in the first quarter. But, boy, he's really worked that knee out and just gutted it out as a senior leader. I mean, that's what you expect out of a senior leader, out of a D1 player committed to Central Florida, and we've seen it for several years now. He's just a great, great quarterback. You would like the Shiloh defense to get some of the tackles in the backfield on him when they've been near him, just haven't been able to do it.
So Greenwood's going to burn a timeout. I think they're just trying to, besides burn a little clock, give their quarterback a little bit of time to just kind of rest and recover. So while we've got a timeout, let's do the Prism Pools and Outdoors play of the game.
The Prism Pools and Outdoors play of the game.
Shiloh will take the snap, handoff Max right up the middle. He's in there! Touchdown, Shiloh! Eldridge puts it in, and the Saints take the lead 6-0.
This play of the game brought to you by Prism Pools and Outdoors.
Welcome back to Greenwood, Arkansas. 10-17 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Greenwood on top, 28-18 over the Saints, as Greenwood will have, they've got it 1st and 10, so they'll have it at the 29-yard line. Raggio's had a great drive for the guys in all blue tonight. See how much more they ride him as they'll send a man in motion across the formation. Raggio coming this way to the 25, cuts inside, still on his feet to the 20, 15, and he's finally knocked out of bounds, but continuing to just kind of get loose and kind of going down the line. Raggio moves the chains again as we go hit around the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter.
I mean, another first down play there, Billy, where they take it to the outside and pick up 13, 14 yards. It's just been a deadly weapon for these Bulldogs tonight. The gains on first down, if I knew it was going to be like this, I would have tracked this from the beginning, but they have had such success on first down moving the chains.
They'll send a man in motion. Raggio's still in the backfield. They'll run a power to the left. He'll cut back to the right, trying to get that way. He's going to be, slips one tackle. He's at the 10, and then pushed out of bounds at around the 9-yard line. So Raggio with a good pickup there, kind of was going left, cut back to his right. He didn't really have much, but just kind of got what he can. Raggio slow to get up on the sideline over there. He's going to come off for a play, as I assume Dunbar would come back in. 2nd down and 6 for Greenwood, as they are inside the Shiloh 10. Saints, at the worst, you got to hold them to a field goal here to keep it a 31-18 game, but the best, touchdown would really make it an uphill battle. Handoff Dunbar. He spun down after a gain of a couple. Not much there, so it's going to bring up 3rd down for Greenwood and Wood. And yeah, one thing about Cliff, you just have to give Greenwood credit. And of course, their senior quarterback has a lot to do with that, but they don't get behind the chains and they don't have penalties.
No, they really don't. They're doing a great job and playing a very clean game tonight. And this is just the territory right now where this defense has to strip the ball. We've got to force a turnover, keep them out of the end zone.
Dunbar, the only back, power formation for Greenwood. They've got extra linemen on both sides of the formation. So we'll see what they want to do here. Play clock's at 10 as the game clock's at 9:20 and running. Saints with a 3rd and 1 and could desperately use a lost yardage play here to try to force a field goal attempt. Handoff coming this way. Dunbar, he breaks a tackle to the 5 to the 4, and that's going to move the chains. It'll be a 1st down and goal for Greenwood at the 4-yard line. Archer's going to kind of go toward the sideline. I don't think he's coming off. I think he's just trying to get the play, but it is a first down Greenwood at the 4.
No, and you see Dunbar there just bouncing out, following his offensive lineman, finding, again, like Max Eldridge does for Shiloh, finding where the seam is, and then, man, putting on the jets, picking up the yardage he needs there. So first down and goal for these Bulldogs. And again, St. defense needs to find some way to get a turnover.
Now, Greenwood's going to pack it in with the power to the left. See if it's an Archer quarterback draw right here. Dunbar going to take the snap. Dunbar goes right, and he dives, and he's in. Touchdown, Greenwood. So the Bulldogs show the power to the left, ran it over to the right, and they scored. It's 34-18 with 8:29 left to go in the football game with the extra point coming. And the Saints have got an uphill battle, Cliff, at this point, down about to be 17.
Yeah, and I mentioned at the beginning of the fourth quarter when the teams took the timeout there, and I said we do not need Greenwood to march down the field and take 3 or 4 minutes off and end up putting it in the end zone. Well, 8:29 left here in the game, and that's exactly what Greenwood has done as they march down the field as the kick is up and the kick is good. As they take it all the way down the field and use a lot of the fourth quarter clock to make it even more difficult for the Saints to try to pull out a victory, to try to stop the 71-game winning streak that dates back to 2014 here at Smith Robinson Stadium. Here's a replay. Excuse me, just saw the replay there, but 35-18, Shiloh with an uphill battle with just a little time remaining here, and it looks like Shiloh will start off conference play 0-1. And these Greenwood Bulldogs will have really the upper hand in the 6A West, going to 1-0. Now, we saw last year with Shiloh losing at home to these Bulldogs. It didn't derail the Saints at all in their quest to get to Little Rock, and tonight does not do that at all. Shiloh, very, very good football team, but you're playing a very, very good football team also on their home turf. So tonight is not indicative of what will happen in the weeks to come, and I fully expect Shiloh and Greenwood to meet up down the road again in Little Rock.
So at the 40, Saints will kick it off. Well, they had a touchdown return for a touchdown last week. We could use one right here, the 20 to the 25, and then tackled right pass. So I'll say the 20 to 21-yard line. Great open field tackle by Greenwood. Bulldogs made a play there on the kick return.
Solo tackle there on the kickoff. That's what you want to see. You don't want returners to get big lanes and miss tackles and have a big gain on the kickoff. Canada makes the solo tackle. Stops Shiloh way back in their territory, just outside, what's that, about 22?
Yep, 22. Saints going to need a big play and hurry. Down 17, 8:24 left to go. Back to pass, Creighton. Going to run the screen this way. Kemp gets hit, it goes incomplete. So Saints tried the screen. First time tonight they've tried to run that tunnel screen back to the near side. Just didn't work there. I think Kemp got a little banged up right there too as he got thrown to the turf after the reception. So second down coming up.
Yeah, I think Greenwood is just defensively, they're smelling blood here, and they see that this winning streak is going to continue. Again, go to 72 at home, go to 30 straight wins for these Bulldogs, and you see why they're the #1 team in the state, playing like it.
Yeah, and Cliff, the biggest thing if you're a Greenwood defensive player, you don't really have to respect the run very much right here. Is Saints will run it, but Eldridge is going to get 3, maybe 4. But from a defensive line standpoint, they can really kind of tee off on the pressure of the quarterback to go through. So Greenwood gets the stop. It's third down and long, 8:05 left to go. Saints desperately needing a big play in a hurry as they have been held in the second half. Greenwood had a 21-18 lead at the half. Saints have been shut out here in the second half. So 3rd and 9 coming up as the Greenwood band starts to play a little bit here. As Creighton rolls to his right, looks, fires, he's under pressure, and it's going to be bobbled it in and complete, intended for Beach at the 35-yard line. Almost had it in his hand, just couldn't quite bring it down. So 4th down and 10 at the 22-yard line. Saints can't punt right here, I don't think. I think you're going to have to kind of go for it. Let's see. Well, Shiloh's going to go with a kind of a formation here where they can fake it if they want to. We'll see what Greenwood throws out at them from a defensive standpoint.
Billy, there's still 7.5 minutes left. I mean, I think you've just got, I know you're down quite a bit here, but 3 scores, but you've got to, I don't know, it would just be very costly in short field if you did not punt it. That's what they choose to do here.
Bland, he touched the ball at the 35, so it's loose. He's going to pick it up at the 28, and he's tackled there. Boy, Bland was really slow to pick the football up. I was kind of hoping he didn't realize he had touched it at the 28-yard line, so there looks like there's a player down right at the point of the tackle there. Maybe he just got a little tangled up between Bland and Beach. So Greenwood will have it 7:23. They had a long drive running the ball on the ground to eat some time off, and that's their goal right now. And even points aren't as important as just running clock at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, this defense, again, needs to force a turnover here, get the ball back, and make something happen quick. Last year's game at Shiloh, we lose 28-17. This game score right now, 35-18, so very similar to what we faced last year.
Handoff coming to the right. This time, well, he squirts through again. Well, they had Raggio down, and he just got loose and gets knocked out of bounds with 7:17 left. But I think, Cliff, the biggest part of this game is Saints haven't put up any points in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, this Greenwood defense is just really clamped down, and so you've got to give them credit that Shiloh hasn't executed as well as they would like. Again, this Greenwood secondary has just been all over the Shiloh receivers here.
They'll send a man in motion as Raggio's in the backfield on 2nd and 7. Handoff coming this way. Raggio's hit. He'll fall forward for about a yard, and that's it. So 3rd down and 6 coming up.
And then really, I think one of the keys here in the second half, Billy, is Raggio. He has been their workhorse out of the backfield. Again, we've talked about Kane Archer a lot, and yes, deservedly so. The big linemen have created holes, but Raggio from the backfield, running left, running right, running up the middle, just following his blockers, finding the holes. He's really been a difference maker here in the second half.
6:45 left to go. If the Saints have any hope in this one, they got to get a stop right here on 3rd down. Boy, nearly jumped off sides there. Is the hard count by Archer. Play clock's at 4. He's going to have to hurry to get this one off. He does. Back to pass. Fires it over the middle. It's tipped and deflected and intercepted by Nance at the 48. So Miller tipped it. Nance picked it off. So 6:25 left to go. Second turnover of the night for Archer and Greenwood as he threw it over the middle and got deflected and picked. So that's about the best you could hope for from a defensive standpoint. Now you just got to go score in a hurry.
We've got to score quick. 6:25 remaining. Only the 3rd interception on the season for Kane Archer. Man, if you come into the game and thinking we're going to pick Kane off twice, we're going to have a shot to win this game. It just hasn't worked out. But here's an opportunity. Shiloh with a short field, nearing midfield. Let's go down quick and then try an onside kick. Maybe we get it, and let's get back in this game. 6:25 remaining.
Well, got to have a score in a hurry. At the 48-yard line, Saints will kind of move the formation around. Greenwood sees something, and they'll come flying up the line. Greenwood much tighter to the line of scrimmage here. Little pop pass. They're going to run a reverse this way to Slaughter to the 45 to midfield. He breaks one tackle, breaks the second tackle, and then is finally drugged down at the 45-yard line. Gain of 7. Saints tried a little trick play there on reverse to Slaughter, but Greenwood, they held him to 7, which for them is almost a win. Just don't give up the chunk play. 6:06 to go as we'll hit the halfway mark of the 4th quarter. Shiloh will have 2 timeouts in this game. Rolling right, Creighton has some pressure. He's going to cut it back to the 45 to the 40. Coles to the 35 and runs out of bounds at the 33-yard line. He'll have the 1st down as he scrambles for that. So Cole's done a good job of scrambling tonight and getting yards down the field. Picked it up at the 33. 1st down Saints. Got to get a score. At least that scramble, though, did stop the clock with 5:49 left. You can save every second that you can get right here. Handoff, Max coming this way. He's hit at the line and just nothing doing. Greenwood stuffed that one pretty good. So 2nd down and 10 coming up for Max and the Saint offense. And you can see Max just frustrated right there. Just couldn't get a hole.
Again, Greenwood defensive line just plugging the hole there, stopping Max at the line of scrimmage. 18 carries for 106 yards for the sophomore running back.
At the 33, clock going though, 5:17 left to go. Saints have got to score in a hurry, down 17. Slaughter in motion this way. Greenwood will kind of pop up on Beach on this side. It's a screen this way. It's caught at the 30, the 25, the 20. It's Kroll to the 15. He's to the 10. He breaks a tackle, and he's down inside the 5. That'll stop the clock with 4:59 left to go. It'll be first and goal for the Saints at the 5. So the screen didn't work earlier, but it works there. So we get Charlie Kroll, the sophomore running back, with a great play. 4:53 to go. Shiloh will try to run quickly. Eldridge in the backfield. Greenwood kind of scrambling. Oh, well, they have a player go down on defense at the 8-yard line. So that'll stop the clock with 4:44 and give the Greenwood defense a chance to reset with a first and goal. So while we got a chance, our legendary level sponsors of 2025 Shiloh Christian Football, Geo Services, Roush Companies, Mr. Sparky, the Frame Family, elite level sponsors, Bassett Home Furnishings, Bowen Kemp Construction, Chick-fil-A of Springdale, champion level sponsors, Prism Pool and Outdoors, Firebrand Arvest, Reliable Poultry, Advanced Primary Care, Roush Companies, Tykeem DDS, Harps Food Stores Incorporated, Stubbs Center for Cosmetic Surgery, Astley Entertainment, C.R. Crawford, Smith & Davis Orthodontics, Osage Air, and Wright's Barbecue. 4:28 to go, and there goes the clock. And Greenwood calls a timeout. They didn't like the play on the defensive look that they have, so we'll stop it with 4:25 left to go in the game. So, Cliff, if you look at this, down 17, unfortunately, the extra points that you missed, boy, if you could just get it back to a 16-point game, that would have been huge. That 1 point really matters right now because it stays a 3-score game versus a 2-score game.
Yeah, it does at this point. You know, you don't know going through the game that it's going to end up like that. It just happened to work that way for Shiloh here. But time is not on our side with 4:25 remaining, down 3 scores. And, you know, when coaches look back at this film and look at the chances Shiloh had at time, just didn't work out tonight. Hasn't yet. Now, still a lot of time left, so we need to score quickly and then get an onside kick and try to recover and get back in here. But time not on Shiloh's side. Next week, as you said, be back home, Champion Stadium, playing the Mountain Home Bombers. Looks like they're going to win against Fort Smith Southside tonight, so they will go to 1-0 in conference play. Greenwood will be 1-0 if they hold on here.
Yeah, the Bombers are up 32-21 over Southside with a little over 2 minutes left to go in that one. So Mountain Home will make the trip to Springdale next week. Creighton, handoff coming this way. Max Eldridge breaks one tackle, gets outside, he will score. Touchdown Shiloh. So that will make it a 35-24 game for the Saints, 11-point game. I think they'll kick the extra point. Yeah, they'll already send the kicking team out to try to make it a 10-point game, 35-25. So last year, if you kind of look back, Saints had that tough game with Greenwood last year, went over to Mountain Home, who turned out to be a state semifinalist last year, and got a win on the road and wound up being one of the big wins of the year. And they'll have to kind of bounce back in a similar situation next week at Champion Stadium unless something really crazy happens in the last 4:19 of this one. Pullen's extra point is up, and it is partially blocked and no good. So the Saints kicking game and the extra points have struggled tonight as it'll stay an 11-point game, 35-24, 4:19 left. Onside kick will be coming for the Saints. As you'll see the replay here, Max's run did a good job of just seeing the opening and bouncing it outside for the touchdown.
Yeah, Max has seen, and the Saints have seen Raggio do that here in the second half for the Bulldogs, and Max shows that he can do that as well. Lane closes in the middle of the line, and he just bounces out and uses his speed to outrun the lineman for the score. And so now with 4:19 remaining, you certainly will see an onside kick attempt coming for the Saints. They practice this often, and they're ready for moments like this. This isn't anything odd that they don't know what's going on here and what everybody's role is, but I expect to see an onside kick. I've been wrong before, so we'll see what Coach Barnard decides to do here.
Well, there's the onside kick, and it's going to be fielded by Greenwood at the 49-yard line. Big hit right there, but holding on to the football was the Dunbar, the backup running back.
Yeah,
so
you really wanted just one more little bounce there,
Yeah.
and Dunbar did a great job. That's what you're supposed to do, is charge the ball, kind of like an infielder. Second baseman, shortstop, you don't wait for the ball to come to you. Charge the ball, cradle it, go down. Dunbar did a great job there, not allowing a second bounce to happen.
So Archer, who was intercepted on his last drive, will lead the offense back. You have a distinct feeling they probably won't put it in the air again. They'll be trying to run as much clock as they can. Here's Raggio takes the snap. He's going to go right, hit up the middle, and is taken down at the 49-yard line.
Well, Shiloh didn't get the onside kick, but again, you've got to force a turnover here, and you've got to try to get the ball back so that you can hopefully get the offense back on the field. But you see the clock's running. We're going to approach under 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Again, time not on Shiloh's side here. You see Raggio took a big hit, limping off the field. But while he's doing that, he didn't just go down and let the clock stop for injury. He's allowing he can get off the field on his own power, allowing that clock to continue to run. And just little things like that championship teams do. And you see Greenwood doing it right now.
Second down for the Saints. Greenwood will run his much climb. Dunbar on the counter to the 45, and he'll pick his way down to about the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and about 3 for Greenwood. But kind of what we talked about all night with Greenwood, they just don't have negative plays. I can only really remember maybe 1-2 times all night that they've been kind of behind the chains on 3rd and long, one of which was the 4th and 11 touchdown pass early in the game for Greenwood. Greenwood will run on a new personnel grouping as the clock goes under 3 minutes here in the game. Saints have 2 timeouts. They would use one if they can get a stop here. Dunbar in the backfield, power formation with an extra lineman off to the left for Greenwood. They'll run a motion that way. Dunbar's coming this way, and he picks his way through. He's to the 35, and he breaks a tackle, and he gets there. That's a first down for Greenwood, though. That'll move the chains.
Yeah, you really wanted you really wanted the defense to make a stop there, and just not able to. You know, that line for Greenwood keeps pushing, and then Dunbar just keeps his legs rolling, and that's just what good running backs do. Got good size to him, not real tall, but boy, he is stocky, looks strong. And now the Bulldogs smelling victory, because when this play starts, you're going to be under 2 minutes. Kane Archer looking at the play clock.
Play clock's down to 2, and there's a snap. It's Dunbar up the middle, and he gets down to about the 30-yard lines. He just kind of plugs his way forward for a couple. So minute 47 left to go. Saints down 2 scores with that first down Greenwood got, though. That pretty much sealed the game, as you pretty much needed a stop. Mason Mounts with a stop for the Saints. But minute 35 left to go. Greenwood will huddle up. Saints haven't stopped the clock yet. They may do it after this play, but again, down 2 scores. The Mountain may be just unsurmountable at this point for Shiloh. Shiloh will be back home next week to take on the Bombers of Mountain Home. They're finishing up their game right now over there in Mountain Home against Fort Smith Southside. They're going to win that game and go 1-0 in conference play. Dunbar is going to take the handoff up the middle, and he'll get to the 22. Greenwood signaling his first down, but he's short. It's going to be third down. Of course, the Saint defense trying to strip him of the ball. That's about all you can do at this point with 53 seconds left to go in the game. So Greenwood's going to stay undefeated. They've been in a battle, Cliff. They've had 1-point game with Bentonville West, a close game with Harbor where they won it on a 2-point conversion as Archer converted it. They'll have another tight one tonight, but they're going to be 3-0 in close ones. That's what good teams do.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a 12-point victory, but boy, if you're on the Greenwood sideline, you're Coach Chris Young, you are you're feeling good that you got a victory here, because for a long time it was really, really close. And you know that one mistake could possibly cost you a touchdown. One mistake may cost you the game. But Greenwood will keep. their home winning streak alive at 72 straight games here at Smith Robinson Stadium and 30 wins in a row. But hey, these Saints, they played great. Saw some improvement from last week, penalty-wise, moving the ball, intensity at times. It was great. So, a lot to take away, even in a loss here, Billy. Can't think about this too long because you've got a
huge game
next week. You've got a very good Mountain Home Bomber team coming to Champion Stadium that wants to knock off those Saints, and we got to be ready for them this week.
Yeah, it'll be a big game next week. If you want to have any chance to basically stay out of this bracket side of Greenwood, you're going to have to come up with a win next week and avoid a trip here in the playoffs. So final scores, we say goodbye from Greenwood, Arkansas. It's the Bulldogs 35 and the Saints 24. So for Brian Dunaway and his crew, we thank you for that. We'll see you next week back at home. Final score again, Greenwood 35, Saints 24. Good night, everybody.